We have the basic control certification. So if you have any questions about what it is, U-turn proficiency, any questions what it is. But the first one is balloon, and then we're going to go to glide. We're going to go to lefty loosey, righty tighty, and snake. And then we're going to go ahead and jump into the figure eight after that. So we're going to do these in a row. So 3 things: don't hit a cone, don't drop the bike, and make sure you do the drill as is. Okay, so here we go. So we're just going to go around everything. Here it is, nice and easy. Make sure you look where you want to go, practice that friction zone, and we're going to go ahead and exit through, and I'm going to go around the camera. So there's the setup I have. So nice and easy. And we're going to set back up here at this cone. Go ahead and pull in the clutch, and this is why you stop at the start cone, so that we can just move the drill up. So now we have the glide. So we're going to go all the way around and around, kind of like a falling leaf almost. So it's going to be left-handed on the side. And we're going to do right-handed U-turns. So we're going to go through, look where you want to go. We're going to go around everything. And if you get confused, you're like, okay, what is it? Oh, okay, cool. So it's okay to look at your phone until you memorize it, because some of these are going to be really hard to memorize. But we're going to just go nice and easy around everything and through the cones. Remember, no racing, no rushing, none of that stuff. And then we're going to go ahead and stop right here. Okay, very good, very easy. Move on to the next one, lefty loosey. Same thing, but now it's going to be sharper left-handed U-turns. It's a wide left-handed U-turn, a sharper one, and a sharp one in between these. In between these cones is a 20-foot gap, like the far cone, that cone. So if you're taking the MSF or doing any type of U-turn for your endorsement, it's typically 20 feet. So if you could do this, you could do that U-turn. So here we go. We're going to go around everything on the left side. And now we have to do this. We have to cut around in between these. And I'm going to set myself up for this one. So I'm going to go as wide as I possibly can. I'm not going to turn right away. I'm going to turn way up here. Nice little U-turn. Nice and slow. Use some rear brake if you need to. It's not a big deal. I got to reset now. I'm going to go. That's one of the problems with using this small parking lot. I wish I had more room back there. So this is perfectly fine. Just kind of do your thing. Remember to record this so you can submit it to the Smart Rider crew. All right, righty tighty. Here we go. Now it's just going to flip it. So now it's going to be a right-handed U-turn. So we're going to start off on the left. Nice and easy, friction zone. Pretty much first gear the whole time. If you want to try second gear, that's perfectly fine. All right, so we cut through here. Now I'm going to give myself a lot of space, counterweight. Turn, turn, turn. As long as you don't hit the cone. I'm trying to make it to where it's nice and something that you could see. It's like this is where people struggle. So if I hit a cone right there, or I drop the bike or anything like that, or I miss the cone, then it's a matter of just redoing it and you have another attempt. You have 3 attempts per drill. So now the snake. It's gonna be a little bit more difficult. This is the hardest one, but it's the last one. You have 3 attempts. So we're gonna go around this first cone, cut across, cut around, cut around. Okay, so once again, if you need to, you look at the phone every now and then to see what's the next cone you have to do. So going around all of these, up the middle, all around all of them, and then exit out. So that right there is the U-turn proficiency. So good job if you completed that. So I'm going to shut it off right here. That is the U-turn proficiency. Now you can continue to film and do the figure 8 proficiency and then submit it as one video, or you could stop here, take a quick break, turn off all the cameras, and then turn it back on and submit both of them, or as one video, edit them together as one video. Make sure the cameras are continuously running, no cuts and edits. That way I could tell it's actually done in one go versus you cutting your best drills together.
Figure eights expose every weakness in your low speed riding, your head turns, your friction zone, and your transitions from left to right or right to left. If you can't do a clean figure eight, these 5 drills will get you there.
All right, so we have the figure eight proficiency, we have the ghost, bootlace, jellyfish, tuning fork, and the boxer's glove. It's a little bit more difficult, but we could do it. We could do it. So once again, we're starting at the start cone, and we're gonna go ahead and do the ghost. We're gonna cut through here, go around, and come out. So here we go, nice and easy. Go around all these. Go to the outside, around this cone, just nice and easy. Use rear brake if you need to, and go through the gate, the entrance and exit gate. Now we're gonna go ahead and reset onto the start cone. We're gonna go ahead and pause, practice our braking, practice our stops, and we're gonna move on to the bootlace. This is your first figure eight, really. So we're gonna go right and around everything. It's a nice wide figure eight. So we're gonna go around, look where you wanna go, change the direction, get ready for the right-handed turn. Nice and easy around that. Keep turning, keep turning. Now we have to make a left turn right here, look at the exit, look at the exit, exit through. There it is. Stop at this cone so we can move on to the next one. Jellyfish, a little bit harder of a U-turn, or I'm sorry, figure eight, but not too much. All right, so we're gonna go ahead, go around this first cone, around all 3 of these cones. So you notice how we're practicing a lot of turning. We're gonna go around this cone, and then we gotta go around this cone, and then we're gonna go ahead and exit out. So I'm gonna get set up for a nice little U-turn. So we're set up right on this cone right here. There it is. Tuning fork. This one's a little bit more difficult, but we can make it work. You don't have to follow the exact line. You can go wide as long as you're not going outside the cone. So if I went outside like this cone, went way too wide, that's a fail. Remember, we don't want to hit a cone. We don't want to drop the bike, and we don't want to accidentally do a completely different design than what we're supposed to be doing. So we're gonna start here. We're gonna go around all of these cones, and I'm gonna go a little bit wide. Play around. So a little bit wide. A little bit wide. Set up. And if you want, use a little bit of rear brake. You see I'm using rear brake. Turn, turn, counterweight, counterweight. See how a little bit of rear brake slows you down quite a bit? And now we're gonna go ahead and exit out. Use all the tools in the toolbox. Remember, head and eye movement, counterweighting, friction zone throttle control, and if you need to, some rear brake. All right, so we did tuning fork, boxer's gloves. Now this first one is a tough one, so you're gonna wanna go wide, a big circle, and then the rest will be easy. This first part is what screws a lot of people up. Remember, you got 3 attempts per run. Make sure you get it on that 3rd attempt or you have to start all over. So I'm gonna go wide, counterweight. There it is. And now it's just a matter of going around everything. And remember like the bootlace where it would cut in the middle? Yep, just like that. And then just like the jellyfish, we had to cut right here, just like that. There it is. That's the boxer's glove. We're gonna stop right here. We're gonna go ahead and move on. Oh, that's it, yeah. Wow, we did all 5. That was easy, that was quick. That was quick, let's go ahead and shut this off. That is the basic control. I always assumed it was just gonna be more and more and more because I'm used to doing all the drills at once. Wow, that is the basic control. So we just did the U-turn proficiency and the figure eight proficiency. So if you're able to complete that and you're able to do that with clean runs, or you know, if it takes you 15 attempts per proficiency because you have to use all 3 per drill, that's perfectly fine. Just film it, submit it, and we'll get you your certification. All right, let's jump into the advanced. Let's do that now that we completed this.
If your bike wobbles under 10 miles an hour or you tense up every single time you have to crawl through a parking lot, that's a control problem. So these 5 drills that you're about to do will fix that.
So let's go ahead and jump into this. Okay, we have the advanced control certification. We'll be doing the zigzag, triple threat, anaconda, beggar, and dizzy bike for the slow speed proficiency. And that's what we're going to be doing right now is the slow speed proficiency portion
Yeah.
of the
Yeah, we
advanced
are.
control. Remember, friction zone.
All right, so we have some drills. So if you're just now joining, welcome everybody. Welcome to class. There's a 5 free U-turn drills download. So the first one that we watched was the U-turn proficiency, and that's 5 Smart Rider drills that are going to help you out with your U-turns. Made it a free download. It's pinned at the top of the chat. We have 5 videos today. It's pinned at the top of the chat. Let's go ahead and go to that real quick. Let's double check. Okay, here we go. 5 free drills right here. So you just go to the website and you can go ahead and sign in with your first name and email, and I'll send you the drills. That way I know like where to send it. Let's go ahead and get out of let's hide that bar. All right. But 5 U-turn drills that you can do. Got everything in there. The 5 U-turn drills so you can watch them all there, or you actually get the digital download so you can have it on your phone. So make sure you guys grab it. And there's also, the full system. But check it out. It's absolutely free. There you go. Sign up. You get some drills. So they're pretty fun. It's the new updated drills. It's the same 24 drills. I just made it to where it's easier to function and easier to follow. So think of like having 24 exercises, and it's like, well, which ones do I do? So I made it to where you have some extra exercises and a workout plan, basically. So how's everybody doing? Let's go ahead and hang out here. How's everybody doing today? We got Colin in here, Ninja 400, Rad Dad is Rad. I like saying that. It's a fun one to say all the time. Got some gray beards in here. Look at these gray beards. Very nice. Yeah, we got 5 videos today. I said last week I wasn't going to live stream this week, but I was getting a little ahead of schedule and I had to do a few things for like what I'm trying to get done for the academy. So the academy is going to start in 1 month from today. And I understand today is April Fool's. I don't do any of that stuff. Every year I'm like, man, I wish I could. I should have just totally like made an April Fool's thing. And I'm just like, and it's like I have these great ideas like the day of or like a couple days later, and it's like I needed to get that done. But nah, I'm good. So no April Fools. So the free 5 drills on the website. Also, I made a change on the shop. Free shipping. The United States. Free shipping. Because that's all I ship to is the United States anyways. So free shipping on the store for everything. I made some adjustments here and there. Had to figure some certain things out. But free shipping. So the digital download is automatically free anyways. You get it instant. And if you get like the books, all the books and the cones and whatnot, you get the digital version anyways too. So you get everything plus the digital. Is it raining outside? I don't think it's raining outside. So how's everybody doing? We got to do a rock form recap. A little rock form recap. Excuse me. So last week, we did a live stream on Monday. So I gave myself like 9 days in between live streams. It's not too bad. Typically today, I guess for the rock from recap, I'm going to go ahead and record this because this is for the Smart Rider crew also. So for Smart Rider crew members, it's been about a week since we had our little meeting, and then it's been a little bit longer for the live stream. So we're going to be doing a live class today when it comes to crashes and close calls. We got 5 videos, and then also I want to update everybody here on the crew what is going on. So I filmed the Smart Rider drill, so you guys should already have that. So I filmed the U-turn figure 8 proficiencies, which is the basic control certification, and then the advanced control, which has slow speed and dynamic control, and then the master control certification, which is all 24 drills in one go. There is a way to do it. So I did mention it in the videos. You have 3 attempts per drill. So for the U-turn proficiency, if you failed the first run of the first drill, you get 3 attempts for that. So if you fail all 3, you have to start all over. So even if you get to the last drill and you fail all 3 of that drill, you have to start all over. So we talked a little bit about that in the videos. So make sure you check out the videos. What constitutes a failure? Hitting a cone, dropping the bike, or not doing the design. Simple as that. If you put your foot down, that's perfectly fine. It's up to you if you want to continue on. You want to consider that a fail or not. It's up to you. In the video, you'll see that I put my foot down on one of the drills and I decided to do it again. And then another one, I put my foot down and decided to keep going because it wasn't considered a fail. So check it out. It's great. There's going to be, like I said, the U-turn proficiency is going to help you out with U-turns. Figure eights can help you out with figure eights. Slow speed is going to help you out with your slow speed stuff. So it's going to be a little bit more challenging. And the dynamic control is going to be a little bit more challenging there. And then the master control is going to be to all 24 drills. So it's an endurance test. And remember to get the Smart Rider drills on your phone. So that should come with those of you in the Smart Rider crew. And then it should, if you have the Smart Rider motorcycle training system or even the Smart Rider drills, you have the drills there. And I did make an update on the store. So if you do get any of that stuff, specifically the drills for this scenario, you should have gotten an email update stating that you got the new drills. So you should have the email that allows you to download the brand new Smart Rider drill booklet, the digital version. So you have the new updated videos, you have the new updated designs, you have the updated like full system. So it's a lot easier to follow along. So make sure you guys check that out. If you have any trouble, just send me an email. I'll go ahead and put the email info@motorcycletrainingconcepts.com, and I'll go ahead and double check everything on the store, see how everything is, and if you actually did order it. I don't want to get some random people saying, "Hey, I want it." I'm going to double check everything and send you the new drills if you can't find your email. So there's that, and that's going to be the same case. That's going to be the same case when it comes to any of the digital downloads or any of the books that I have digitally. Once I update them, you should be getting an email to get the new updated thing. So if you bought, I had some people email me back in, they ordered in 2021. So thank you first and foremost for the support since then. So like the first drills that I had, which was this one. So even this one, this is like an older design and everything. It's an older design. I sent you the new drills. So I appreciate you supporting, and then yeah, you got your email with the drills. So what I've been doing, so that's what I've been doing all week. Last week, I filmed them, edited them, uploaded them, made some emails, updated the shop, everything. Oh, you'll have one sec. Scott Ryder Brian, I want to mention this because I completely forgot it was happening today, which is a weird. I wonder why they did it on April 1st. Anyways, I have the Artemis launch prep on the TV. Yeah, you guys don't know about. We'll get to that. I got to get to the Smart Rider crew. I'm pretty excited about the Artemis launch, to be quite honest. Nobody's been talking about it. Shoot, let's just do it right now. Yeah, they're going to be going around the moon. We're sending people around the moon. How come nobody's talking about that? I guess that's all I can really talk about. They're going around the moon. It's freaking insane. I can't wait. Hopefully everything. I pray everything's safe. Everything is done well. I think it's amazing. I think it's absolutely amazing. I hope we get a lot of information out of that trip. What else? So what I've been setting up is the Smart Rider Crew Academy. So we're gonna have the Academy launch May 1st. So the Smart Rider Academy is May 1st, and we're gonna be going over the whole book system. So the Riding Smart Rider drills, rescue, and I'm gonna be filming the street strategies. There's gonna be a bunch of different rides through different scenarios. So like in town. Well, first we're gonna start off with neighborhood, surface streets, city traffic. Then we're gonna do some parking lot awareness because there's some craziness that happens like in a Walmart parking lot. So we're gonna be riding around the parking lot, showing you like what to look for, and then we're gonna be riding on the highway, in the mountains, and then at night. So there's gonna be different scenarios that I want you guys to be paying attention to when it comes to planning, and then a few tips here and there. So there's a bunch of information we're gonna be going over in the course of the Academy, and the Academy will be 8 weeks. So I created the syllabus. I can't really put it up here, but I created the syllabus and everything. Everything looks good. We're good to go. It's in a good progressive order. We're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to do all the drills. We're going to do everything. Everything. The only requirement that you'll need is to have a motorcycle, your permit to start. In the middle of the academy, I'm going to hope you get your license. So hopefully you get your license. Because at least in the state of Arizona, you have to have your license to be able to ride at night and on the highway. So you wouldn't be able to participate in those, but everything else you can. Everything else you can with a permit in Arizona. So make sure you check your local laws for that one. But we're gonna be going over everything. So it's gonna be a really cool academy. Thinking about opening it up for the Discord. Also, there's a few things I want to talk. I'm gonna brainstorm a little bit when it comes to the actual crew on school versus Discord. Haven't made a decision yet, but I'll make sure I take care of everybody when it comes to that. What else? Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's gonna be the update for the Smart Rider crew. Make sure you check everything. If you have any questions, ask me. And yeah, we're gonna be jumping into 5 Motostars crashes and close calls. So that was a quick update for the crew. I stopped the recording on that one so I can send them that video and also a transcript so they can read it. So one thing I mentioned right at the end was the Smart Rider crew, which I have it on school, and it's a paid membership, kind of like Patreon in a way. But then I also have the Discord, which has 6,500 members, and it's way active. I mean, like both of them are pretty active, but I feel like being able to open it up to the Discord, the Academy, would be good. So I think I might be doing something like that. I don't know. I gotta process that a little bit more, but I'll give everybody an update when I make my final decision. So the launch is at midnight for you. Oh, when is the launch? Why are you streaming motorcycles instead of watching the countdown? Yeah, let's see. Artemis launch. When is it? Is it on the YouTubes? They got to be posting it on YouTube. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Come on, I can't hear anything. There's no volume. Maybe this one's not working. Let's do.
Standing on Launch Pad 39B, Artemis is tonight poised for liftoff. The crew in quarantine.
Oh, this is just a video. I want to see the live. The Artemis launch. How come there's no audio on the lives? 6:24 p.m. Eastern Standard. Uh-oh. OBS isn't wanting to work very well. It must not have liked that I was playing that. Yeah, I mainly want to do the Smart Rider crew. I mean, the Discord's free, so you can join the Discord. I don't know. I'll think about it. I'll process it a little bit more, but I might be leaning towards possibly shutting down the school, just so we can focus heavily on the Discord. YouTube, Discord, shop. That's pretty much going to be what it is. That's where I'm at. Artemis is a goddess. Artemis is the goddess of what? She's like the bow and arrow in the hunt. New king. No, we don't have a king. So Arlene, so I'm thinking about it. So now that you're here, so I did a quick little, I'll post the Smart Rider crew update. I recorded it. I'm gonna do all that stuff. This is just the idea. It's just the idea, and I'm leaning towards it. I'm leaning towards it. The school is fun and everything. I like the school. I like the platform. I like everything, but I'm being pulled 20 different ways, and I was taking a look at everything after I filmed the Smart Rider drills, and I was just taking a look at everything, and I was like, what can I reduce? Like, how far down can I reduce? And this is what I typically do when it comes to anything I do. And it's like, what can I reduce? Like, to make sure I can be more effective, and what can I focus on when it comes to stuff. And it really got down to like even reducing social media. It's like reduce everything I do for work down to just YouTube videos, making the book, so the store, the shop, like the books, and what's the community. So it comes down to like what do I put out there for videos? That's the big one. It's like I guess marketing, but to me I loved making the videos. And then the books, like designing the books so that it's the foundational knowledge for everything that we do here. And then like the community. And it feels like I'm spread so many, like social media isn't what is, I guess, would be considered part of community, but like social media, school, Discord, um, it's just like all over. It's like, how can I reduce that down to one? Because I reduced everything else down to one. And and it's like, well, the Discord already has 6,500 people in it. I've had it since 2017. I've got a good set of moderators already. It's self sufficient. Because I haven't really participated too much into it, and I just kind of wanted to see what would happen. And it's been self sufficient this whole time, and that means I feel like I can participate in the Discord as a member versus running like a community. And that's where I've just kind of came down to. Then it came down. It's like, okay, cool, fine. It's like, well, then I might lose a revenue source. I'm not making anything on school. But besides that, it's like, what is it that I'm trying to do here? And it's like, well, YouTube, I'm trying to give free information because YouTube's free outside of ads, whatever. If you have YouTube Premium, you don't you don't see ads, which is great. But YouTube's free, so that's great free education. The community on Discord is free, and everyone's communicating with each other. And there's like a big list of like all the different where people live or not live, but like what states, and they're all kind of getting together. And it's like, that's free. That's great. That's what I want. I want free education for them. And it's like, well, then really the only thing that I care about that's paid is like the books. Because that's like distilled knowledge and an actual work. Like that to me feels like work. So it just kind of boiled down to like what my principles were. I have a company charter and a codex, and part of that is to always try to like, what's the main goal is to make motorcycle riders as safe as possible. And if I gatekeep it with some kind of paywall, that goes against my principles. So I'm having that cognitive dissonance where it's like I need to fund things. That's where the business side of me kind of gets ahead, like gets in the way of myself. It's like I need to fund things, but it goes against this. So I learned to lean on give all the time and be generous. That's who I am. So it's like, okay, either make school free, completely free, or but then Discord's free. So it's like, why have two communities that are being split? So it really kind of came down to that for that aspect, and then the burnout side. And so it's like, I guess a little history, and this is what I'm gonna describe in an email and whatnot. So anybody that's paid on school, like this is how it's gonna go. It's like, anybody that's paid on school will get the Smart Rider system. I'll just send them a link to download the whole system so they can at least get that, and it's like a thank you. And so like what I'll be doing is just focusing on the Discord, YouTube, and the shop. But the reason why I started school is like you have to go back. It's like I had school. Now we're at school. It was Kajabi, which is a learning management software to allow you to have courses. Before that, it was I think Teachable. Same thing. Before that was Patreon. And I left Patreon to go to a learning management because Patreon you couldn't do much. And I was like, I want to put on some classes. So I went to this other thing, this other thing. Now we're back at school. And now I'm looking at everything. It's like, well, the books do so well when it comes to just making the classes because I got the video QR codes. And so it's like, I almost don't need a learning management software. I just need to have a really robust community. And so I think I kind of, what's the word? I made the way I designed the books has made a, a course obsolete. That's kind of like that's what it is. It's like I made the courses that I've been trying to build since like I started the first online course that I made years ago. I kind of made all that kind of stuff obsolete because I have the digital download. I try to make everything phone friendly, so it's boom, it's right there. Um, and then the books are easy to follow, and you can scan it, so you have. We're losing connection. Well, that's a good thing about just chatting for a little bit because like the connection, or we're losing the connection for some reason. I wonder if something's happening. I wonder if something. Hopefully, that's not going to mess with too much. So that's kind of like the line of thinking that I went. And yeah, there's nothing wrong with making money. Yeah, there's absolutely, but I'm comfortable. Now, would I like to make a lot more? Yeah, but there's ways to make more money that doesn't involve constantly putting a paywall in front of education. I think there's I'm learning more now about business to where I don't need to do as much. I mean, I can what I'm trying to do when it comes to the books is get it to the point where I can start selling those books in bulk to like dealerships. That's the future that I'm working on. To dealerships, to motorcycle clubs. So it's not necessarily like I have to have like this $5 paywall in front of people just to get education and access to the community. I think having a free community that has access to people asking questions is more important than making $5 a person a month. And to me, subscription, like I think everyone's getting frustrated with subscriptions. Because I am. That's how I like to look at things. If I'm getting frustrated, somebody else is getting frustrated. It's like I'm tired of all these subscriptions that I have that are just either going up in price or it's just like too many. And it's like, why throw another one in there? So I think just having, here you go, boom, free updates, to the digital, access to a free community, free YouTube. So you get everything you absolutely need with a bunch of great people. And if you want to have a really cohesive book system, follow along, you get access to it. And I think that's good enough. I think I'm making the books so valuable that people want to get those. So I think I'm just kind of getting to the point where, yeah. And then that way I can focus heavily just on making the books and making the videos and then hanging out the community. And once the books are done, then it's just about making videos and hanging out the community again. And that's what I used to do all the time. It's just I've been trying to design these books. And the books have been doing well. Which is great. How you doing, Moto Gaga? We ever address trike riders because swerving, stopping behind vehicles are very different. Trike riders, yeah, they're a little bit. They're definitely different. It's a smaller subset of motorcycle riders out there, and the best thing I can give for advice when it comes to trike riders is that you have to start pretending that you're driving a vehicle like a car, without protection. Yeah, Colin. Like I would like school to remain active too. But I feel like we can educate more people with the Discord, especially since I haven't been participating as much in it, and it's just been like a giant chat. If I can bring structure that we were able to have in the crew on school, because I was able to bring a lot of structure. I think taking that learning lesson of that structure to Discord would make the Discord even better, especially if I start participating in it a lot more. And I bring over those weekly crew meetings to the Discord. So now everybody can participate and everybody can participate in the academy. And there's just a lot more. There's a lot more people entertained in there. And like the Discord's really cool. If you're not a part of the Discord, I think you guys should. It's free. Let me go ahead and bring it up. So I would have to make some changes. What the heck? I didn't ask. Okay, let's mark as read. There's like a lot of people in the Discord. I mean, it's so. Look, there's people still just chatting. A lot of the same people. But we have Let's go ahead and do this. I'm going to be blocking some of it, but we do have like local chapters. So that's what I'm talking about. So like the Arizona chapter, like people are always posting in there. And the cool thing is like there's a bunch of extra stuff like the gym. I added the gym because I like to make sure everyone's like, you know, chatting. There's a mental health section, so if anybody wants to chat, but there's like the general chat, new rider questions, like everything I was trying to do in on school. But this way we can get more people in here chatting, motorcycle maintenance, your close calls and accidents. So this one I can start, you know, I'll start participating in here. Camping, cars and trucks, dirt biking, education stuff. It's pretty neat. Yeah, so like that's another thing is I would like to see how we have like Smart Rider crew member up here. Like I can give people roles, I can do a bunch of stuff. I would have to change it from the DDFM crew. It's not the DDFM crew anymore. It would be the Smart Rider crew. I'm gonna make an adjustment towards the Smart Rider crew. I think that'd be really cool. And plus this allows us to have like voice channels. There's like a voice channel. I might add more voice channels to it. So I need to make some adjustments. See, like even back then, like how long ago was this? This was November of last year. I was talking about the crew, like doing some stuff. So we might actually have our own Smart Rider crew place where we can do the academies and everything. But Discord's free. That's in the description if you want to join the Discord. So that's probably the route we're going. I just feel guilty for starting it up. You know? Oh, cool. Blockhead and Rockform are doing a giveaway. It's pretty neat. I just got an email. I met Blockhead once. We were doing a Indian motorcycle demo event for the 2022, I think, FTR and stuff. Back in 2021, we were doing it in Phoenix. That was pretty cool. They had a bunch of journalists there. One of the journalists actually crashed when I stopped to assist. it was interesting. It was a great ride. We got to eat some hamburgers and stuff. Went to Apache Junction and all that. All right. But we got a lot of stuff. And that's the idea is I want to do some chapters. I'm still thinking about that. Some chapters for the Smart Rider crew. And the academy is the first step because I have this month to finish filming street strategies and rescue. I just filmed this new Smart Rider drill, so that's done. The riding smart is done. So I want to show you guys this part. I guess this is part of the Smart Rider crew updates. This guys, if you aren't aware, right now, the Smart Rider crew on school, I do a Wednesday update every week. And so I want to update. I guess I'll update you guys. So this is the manuscript that I have for the new big book that's going to combine every book that I have into one large book. But this is based off of the academy. So this is what it looks like, the table of contents. This is what I've been working on. So if you guys think I don't do much, this is what I've been working on. But I added, I'm going to change up, it's not going to be an appendix, but I changed up so where it's going to be an 8-week plan, 8-week training plan. This is the academy. So I want to point out real quick at the top. So I guess I'll update everybody because that's important. Is that riding smart? This is 9 chapters right now. It has a lot of information. It gets you from 0 to licensed, or at least you can't just take it and then be like, I have a license. No, this will prepare you so that you can go get your endorsement test. I do the motorcycle operator skills test in the back, and there's like a test guide and everything like that. But it's basically this right here. So the fundamental riding, all this stuff. So that's what this book is, Module 1. There's more in this one currently. This is the new updated one. Okay. And then Street Strategies is what I'm going to be filming this month. This is going to be the first thing I'm going to be filming. I'm going to do rescue and Street Strategies, but we're going to be doing all these different rides and then rescue and then Smart Rider drills. I just filmed these. These are done. Motorcycle safety gear reference guide, that's already done. I'm going to update it in the future. And then motorcycle test prep. That's the motorcycle operator skills test, but there's a little bit extra when it comes to the California Motorcycle Safety Program. So I'm going to add a little bit more there. So it has, the rescue, Smart Rider drills, and there would have been a 4th book of Street Strategies, but it's like now I have 4 loose books. I'd rather just make one giant one. And so now with the giant book, we're going to be doing the academy, using that giant book or all 4 of these books for now into an academy. And so we're going to be going over with Module 1 the first week. Second week, we're going to be starting the plan method and Street Strategies, so the safety pre-ride, and we're going to ride around the neighborhood. I'm going to show you guys all this other stuff. And there's going to be like, hey, go out there and do this yourself. So if you're brand new to riding, this is a great academy to do. And then week 3, we're going to continue on Street Strategies. So street riding, city riding, parking lot awareness. That's what I talked about just a little bit. And then week 4, we're going to be doing the basic and advanced control drills. That's what we saw at the very beginning of this live stream. So course setup, basic control, and advanced control right here on week 4. Week 5, we're going to be doing, we're going to be going over just a little bit. This is going to be the motorcycle license test prep week. So hopefully now you guys go get your test or get your license. If you already have your license, it's like a week that you can take off during the academy. So MSF test prep, we're going to be going over these so that you have an understanding of what you need to do so you can go ahead and get it done. And then week 6, we're going to go over rescue. So everything in rescue. Week 7, we're going to get back into riding, and we're going to go on the highway, mountain, and night riding. And then week 8, we're going to finish off with the master control certification, all 24 drills. So that is going to be, that's the whole book in 8 weeks. Now, when I say 8 weeks, I mean one day on a weekend. It's a Saturday. Like an hour on a Saturday, that you can accomplish everything that we talk about. So really, it's 8 hours total. The whole book you can get done, but you can get it done with everyone. Yeah, the gaming part is pretty fun. And that's another thing is I enjoyed every now and then jumping on Helldivers 2 and then joining the voice chat and hanging out with everybody. That was pretty fun. So there's gonna be more stuff like that, and this way I can do live live streams and live meetups and chats. There's just more community wise. There's more. It does not offer any course, setting up a course, uploading a lot of videos, all these other things. So what it really just comes down to is I'm going to upload a video to YouTube, and there it is. That it's just going to be linked out to the Discord. So everything I need to do can get done on Discord now. Like I said, I made course creation online obsolete. And there's a few things I can do when it comes to, I think it's called there's something, I forgot what it's called, but basically I can create stuff on a website that is easy to look on your phone and still push all the buttons. It's an interactive web page basically. And so there's things I can do. Technology has gotten to the point where it's I don't need to have an app like school. Just based on what I do. I know there's a lot of people that would need it, but I think I've made it to where I don't need a learning management software or a school or a course website because the books do so well on their own, if that makes sense. That way I can focus on books, I can focus on the community, I can focus on videos. That's it. No more fun ideas of craziness. Because the community will turn into that big idea of having chapters and everything. It was so difficult, you got to refund. But yeah, that's just where I'm at. And I can also focus on newsletters. I can focus on giving updates on the Discord, and stuff like that. That's the direction I'm going. I'll give everyone an update in the next 2 weeks. Yeah. But we're gonna jump into this. So 68 of you are in class. 68 of you are in class, but only 36 likes. Come on now. Just wondering, in America, do you have to do a motorcycle theory test before you get a full license test? We do a written test. I guess the word theory is thrown around, but it's basically like, do you understand the laws of the road? It's the test like that, and it's like, I think one of the questions was like, how, like, do you turn on your blinker entering a highway? Like stuff like that. Super easy, kind of ridiculous. It is a joke, Horvath. It really is, and that's like it's a great comment, because first of all, yeah, it's a joke. It's a joke. So there's like two different ways. There's multiple ways, but the two ways that come to mind when it comes to how can we improve that system. One, we can make licensing harder. And this is a question I've been asked many times, is the same, and I still have the same answer. We can make the licensing tests harder so we can pass laws. We can, have more governance on the thing to make it more restrictive, which forces people to reach a higher standard to get their license. Or we can make education exciting, fun, that will raise your standard and raise your skill, but it's not forced on you. It's a choice. And I always lean towards choice. I don't believe government should have that much overreach on things that you want to do. And this is, I think, an American idea, United States of America idea. It's where I've lived and grown up. It's like, don't put restrictions on me. I will make my own choices. And so I always lean towards the educational side. So that's what I'm trying to do. Some people go down the route of lobbying, government officials to make things harder so that there's safety. I lean towards, let's educate and make it fun and exciting for people so they want to. Therefore, it does raise the standard of things. That's the route I take. So that's where I'm at. So that's what I'm trying to do. But yeah, why not both? Great question. So why not both? The thing about personal freedom is it ends where the freedom of another begins. I agree with you on that. I agree with you. The freedom of the thing about personal freedom is it ends where the freedom of another begins. Absolutely. I can't do something like, if I choose the speed and drive recklessly and I crash into somebody and mess up their right, life and liberty and all that stuff, then that's where my freedoms impede onto somebody else's. Absolutely. And I think there should be punishments for that kind of stuff. And I think that's why there is. We get into a bad precedent of, let's just prevent these types of things by, putting restrictions on vehicles to where you can't get, like, there's an automatic GPS so that when we pass, because on Google how it changes the speed limit based on where the speed limit changes. I think it'd be bad if the government's like, hey, we have the technology, we're going to put it in the car to where we know where you're at, so that when you get to a 45-mile-an-hour speed limit, the car automatically can't go faster than that. And then when it goes to 75, then we can allow the car to go to 75. You see how that can get a little nutty on that? That's where a lot of people want to go. I don't like going that route. So the first question, but why not both? Okay. I don't want to do both. I think if I try to do both, it makes both of them not good. Like, if I tried to lobby to have what I just said, or to, like, I guess specifically motorcycles, if I lobby, like, make it harder, then it takes away from me trying to do good education. So it's not gonna. I'm splitting my energy. There's some people out there that really are gung ho about the lobbying stuff, and they're just like not. They don't care about the pedagogy and andragogy of things, and the educational side. And it's like I don't care, how you get your education. This is just I'm just gonna lobby, lobby, lobby. I'm at the other end of like you guys do whatever you want lobby wise. I'm just gonna try to focus heavily on people educating. So I'm not telling people not to lobby and do their things. But if I do so well on the education side, maybe they won't have to lobby. You know, it's kind of a weird, it's a weird dance. It's a weird dance. But it would need some technology like that if you had to have a certain standard of knowledge before you are even allowed to participate in traffic. Yeah, that's great. That's great. So if the gatekeeping to having a license is knowledge, I think that's good. Uh, what I've seen so far when it comes to gatekeeping of a certain freedoms, in at least in the United States, it really just comes down to fees. Because just look at right now in there's a couple states in the United States where, in order to even get your motorcycle license, you have to take an MSF rider course. Now, I don't know if some of those states subsidize so that it's a free course for you, but that forces you have to think about the other costs. It forces you to take a 2-day course, free up a weekend, and if you're nowhere near a course or the availability is months and months away, you're losing out on your time. And time is the most valuable resource. So that's kind of like that's restrictive. And I understand it's a privilege to ride a motorcycle, so I'm not like super upset by that. I also lean towards I think you should have the option to either take an MSF or, whatever course that state requires, right? I think you should be able to have that option and then also have the option of doing it on your own, taking a test. So, in that way, I believe the test should be harder, right? Not just the written, but the the practical, the writing test. I think those should be harder, but should not restrict you in terms of we only have 1 day a month that you can test, if that. You know, um, there's a bunch of different ways to restrict it. Like in California, like you want to get a handgun, it's like yeah, okay, cool, you can have them, but it's like a $200 fee here. You have to sign and let you have to. There's like a whole laundry list of things you have to do just to even get a gun, and you have to have permission from the sheriff, and it's just too much. That's where government. That's why I'm saying government kind of can restrict a lot of those things. They can just keep making it harder and harder and harder, and that's a way to restrict things. So I'm not in favor of that. I'm in favor of, hey, here's the test. Here's the standard that we have in this state or the United States. Here it is. Pass it if you can. If you can't pass it, it is what it is. And if you have trouble passing it, there's a bunch of resources that can help you. You can either take this course that will help you pass it, or you can do it on your own. And if you're that good and you pass it, congratulations. And that opens up the door for people like me to create material to make it to where you can pass this high standard of a test. I just made the education digestible for you to make it. So you see how both can work? Does that make sense? As long as people have the freedom to choose not to educate themselves, many won't do that. Yeah, it's true. It's true. And that's another thing you have to start going towards. And I guess we're kind of getting a little bit into I don't want to say politics, but so when it comes to but as long as people have freedom to choose not to educate themselves, many people won't do that, and that's perfectly fine. You can't go down the route of control, which is authoritative, You can't get into the route of control. It's like if you're unwilling to educate yourself, then you're not allowed to have a motorcycle. Okay? But you think there's a thing called criminals. There's a thing where people break the law. You know? People are going to do what they want to do. Everyone has the right not to educate themselves. And many people won't, many people don't. So that's why I said at the beginning, I'm trying to make the education digestible, fun, entertaining, something that you're going to want to do. You know what I mean? And so like people are going to buy a motorcycle and they're going to ride on the road without a license, without registration, without any education because they want to. And I think that's where the laws that are currently on the books are fine, where it's like you need to have a license. Okay, if you don't have a license, we're impounding your vehicle. If you crash and harm somebody, there's laws in place for that. So I think instead of making more laws, I think we just need to hire more police officers to enforce the current laws. Exactly. I'm trying to make it more attractive for people to educate themselves, and that's why we go over crashes and close calls, because it's like, hey, look what happens when you're riding like an idiot. Oh, but by the way, here's what you can do so you don't ride like an idiot. And that's what I'm trying to do. And so I'm trying to make it to where it's attractive. But that's the best I can do outside of forcing people to go take a class. Like I'm literally grabbing them to go take a class. It's like no, I believe in your right to choose yes or no. You listen to me if you don't. It doesn't. Yeah. Yeah, Shadow. I mean, like, that's great because it forced you to be educated because you wanted it bad enough. I mean, just look at the human population here in the United States, and I'm sure like in other countries. It's like if you had to do that version for diet, don't you think we would have a lot of people not overweight? Like in order to go eat out at a restaurant, you must take these classes. In order to have fast food, you must provide your license that you took all these classes. You know what I mean? We would have less people being overweight if that was the case. But that's a restriction that I don't believe in. But it would have an outcome of healthier people, right? Like in order to eat out at a fast food place, you have to show that you've worked out 3 times at the gym that week. You know what I mean? Like you can have this force and control, which reminds me of a lot of like parents that are really forceful and controlling with their children to have an outcome when there's a better I think there's a better way. And I was a stepfather for 7.5 years, and it's like I believe there's a mix of both. I think there needs to be a standard, and then on top of it, an example, you being the example of that standard, and then here's why we are doing this. So that at least there's an understanding of why. And it's I think there's just too many. I think the government acts too much like a controlling parent and sometimes abusive. So I don't want to give them more power. To ride a motorcycle, you have to have some skills here. We have to pay for a course, and the instructor has to put official information that you finished the course. Only then you can take an exam. And that's perfectly fine. Riding a motorcycle is a privilege. It is a privilege. And if I could learn it on my own for free, that would be awesome. You see how like giving the choice, because like why does a human have to be the gatekeep to the next stage? Like why does the instructor have to say that you're good to go when a standardized test can say you're good to go? Like an impartial piece of paper or an impartial standard riding test, like you have to physically show that you can ride it, and the instructor is just a proctor. They're just there to notate. Yeah, you completely did it. Somehow you figured it out on your own. You showed up. You did the writing test. Amazing. Versus I'm going to make sure you need to listen to me. I don't agree with that. I think it should just be like, you showed up, you did it, you're good. Good to go. I witnessed it. I'm just a witness to you and your amazing skill. Like that's what I want. That's what I want. And that's what I try to emphasize. How you doing, Hog Rider? That's what I try to emphasize with the books. Is like, here's some amazing information. And that's another thing. Is in most courses and most like books. Like, how many books have you guys have bought that you have not read, or you read like a little bit and never finished? So even though people are buying my books, most people aren't going to read them. So the idea and the thing for me is I have to make the book and the books so good and digestible that it's so hard not to finish the book. Because if you finish it, you get the information. So that's my job. That's why I've been studying so much about human learning. It's like, how can I make the learning so engaging that the person finishes it and gets the information and they want more. That's the idea that I'm trying to make and try to do. And that's tough. That's tough. But even at the end of the day, there's only so much you can do. There's only so much you can do. How's everybody doing? We have 5 videos today, and I'm spending an hour talking. This is going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day. So make sure if you're jumping in here, before you leave, hit that like button. There's 69 of you in here. Nice. I think they would be good too for UK riders. There's so many different, like, that's the thing is like, here's the hard part. I just miss chatting with you guys. Thank you for all these wonderful questions and statements. It makes me think. I love thinking. I love thinking here. I think your books would be great for UK riders. So part of what I've learned in my life is that if you try to do something for everyone, you're not going to be good for anyone. And so and then it goes in reverse. It's like an equation, right? So if I do something good for just one person, it's not going to be good for everybody, right? And so if I make a book's very specific to UK riders, it doesn't really help out too much when it can, but it doesn't help out too much, like as best as it could for United States riders, and vice versa. I could make United States only, and it's like, okay, some of this stuff applies to UK, and then the rest of the world, right? I would really like to be able to do something specific for UK riders. I don't have the information. I don't know too much about it. I didn't grow up there. I don't know. I know what I know. And so, in order for me to reach out for everyone, because this is an international YouTube channel, basically, is I have to really focus on first principles when it comes to writing. And that's why I focused heavily on the plan method. That has nothing to do with United States, UK, anywhere else. Like, it's just, it's a method of thinking and observing. Same thing with rescue. It's just a method of trauma response. Remain calm, sure on safety, stop bleeds. Humans are humans, right? Same thing with the safety pre-ride checklist. State of mind, assume the risks, fitness for the ride. Your equipment. What is your equipment? Like your gear, and then tires and motorcycle. So how's the motorcycle? So it's all very generalized information, but high value. The UK test is so different than the United States. UK roads are different, and the laws are different. And so like if I make something so palatable for anybody and everybody, it's not going to be the best for the UK. It's not going to be the best for the US. It's just not going to be the best, but it gets everybody the information they need to at least think in a way that's going to keep them safe and ride in a certain way that's going to keep them safe. And then from there, they can take more advanced classes. So that's why I keep, as much as I want to make like advanced class stuff, like trail breaking and a few other things, as much as I want to, like I know it, I know how to do it. I took all these classes, like I know how to do it. It really, every single time I start doing that, it starts bringing me back down to the absolute beginner. If I can get to the absolute beginner, from there they can splinter off anywhere they want. But if I can get them to think appropriately when it comes to riding and doing the smart rider principles, then no matter what class they take after that, they're taking, I guess, my little voice in their head to that class. I used the drills to practice for my UK test last year. I think it helped me. Awesome, Met Boy James. And that's the thing, like, same methodology when it came to what I just said. I took it to the smart rider drills. It's like, how can I make it so easy? Because I used to see all the drills before I made them, all the drills on the internet. It's like you needed like, okay, 10 cones on this one, 23 cones on this one, 46 cones on this one. It's like you needed a giant parking lot. This one you only needed 2 cones for a figure 8. It's like it was like all over the place, like so many different cones and like different patterns you had to memorize or at least look at like a piece of paper and like measure. And I'm like, I don't want to do this. This is too much. Like, just give me the easiest ones. It's like I would love to do these ones, but I don't have 97 cones. And so that got me into the idea of, okay, let's standardize the cones. So and it took me some research and development. I went out in the parking lot multiple times, like, okay, which cone pattern works the best? And I even changed the cone pattern from the original one to what I have now. It's like, cool, standardized cones. Done. Set the cones up, never have to change them again. Okay, cool. Now we need to create designs that go from super simple and easy to a little bit more complex without changing the cones. So that I did that, and I categorized them by difficulty. And then I'm like, well, these designs are pretty impossible to like memorize, like all of them. At least when you have the 97 cone pattern, you're following like a little pattern. So you don't have to memorize anything. You just kind of follow the pattern. I was like, okay, so how do we do this? I put it to where it's phone friendly. I was like, let's utilize the technology that we have. There's rock form, there's quad lock, there's all these different. I used RAM mounts when I first started. And it's like, boom, boom, make it to where it's easy to see on the phone. And easy enough to where you can glance at the phone every now and then to know where you're at and at least familiarize on the first 2 runs. And then on the third and fourth, you're like, got it. So that's the method that I had in my head to make cone drills fun and exciting. And I had to pick a set of cone patterns that would fit in a pretty small parking lot, and it could possibly fit at like a dead end of a street, like a wide street. So like I had to make it. You see, and I talked about this a couple weeks ago about constraints. Those constraints made me have to think creatively to come up with a set of drills that anybody can do. And so I give myself the constraint of don't go past beginner level riding, because I started, not because, but like that was that. And the same thing with rescue, same thing with all this other stuff. And then I started thinking, okay, now that I'm constrained to beginners only, which is a great thing. I love beginners. I love learning. I'm a beginner in so many different ways, and I love starting something new, and I'm a beginner again. I love looking like an idiot when I first try something, because then it's like, I failed. Cool. I learned. Failure means learning. And so I like learning new things. It's frustrating, but it's fun. And so if I constrain myself to absolute beginners, it's like, well, beginners are going to try to do anything and everything. It's like they're going to ride in the mountains, ride on the city, ride in the street, ride in a parking lot. There's still beginners when it comes to like, there's so many things in the motorcycle world that you're always going to be a beginner in. It's like not everybody's going to be an expert in motorcycle gear and researching gear and what kind of helmets there are. Not everybody's going to be researching on how to take the best corner speed, and all this other stuff. They're just there. I just want to ride. I just want, what gear do I get? I just want to ride. I want to hang out with friends every now and then. It is what it is. That's my audience. That's who I'm trying to work with. And it's like, okay, cool. You're going to ride on the highway. Well, here's how, if you're brand new at this, here's how I would ride on the highway if I were you. Cool. I'm sure you can watch other YouTube videos or take a class and you can learn even more. Cool. But here's how you start. 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 That's what I'm doing. It's like, here's how you start. From there, if you want to go further, great. If you want to stay here, you'll at least be safe. Like as safe as you possibly can. Riding motorcycle is pretty risky. So that's the direction I try to take when it comes to what I do. So that's the constraint I give myself. And that's where the new book's coming from. It's like, this is where it's coming from. Even though I want to like go nuts. The actual big license is a yard test, not complicated, and doesn't even include a U-turn. What? The yard test? I'm a beginner at wheelies, and I'll remain that way. I'm such a beginner at wheelies, hog rider, is that I don't even know what to do. I've heard on how to do it, but I haven't put it into practice. I know the theory behind it, but I just haven't put it into practice. That's where I'm a beginner. So I leave it at that. You can ride anything you want if you pass a written test and you're over 18. The only restriction is that you can't take a passenger under 18. You can only ride up to 125 cc. Yeah, I mean that's perfectly fine. I think that's the good mix. Is that I think a good mix for like the political lobby side for the United States would be to be like, hey, you're 18. Here's the restrictions you have. You can ride a motorcycle, but here's the restrictions. If you want to ride anything higher than that, you need to take this certain license to get to these. Yeah, I'm sorry, Paul. The thing is, the digital download is international, so you can get the digital, just the physical. And I think I did take it off international. I think I was shipping to the UK. Let me double check. I wonder if I took it off. Yeah, I think I did. No. I still ship. I ship to the UK. Yeah, I ship to the UK. Just the printed books, not the ones with the cones. Once I added the cones, it made it a little bit more difficult. I ship to the UK. I ship to the UK, Canada, and Australia. When it comes to the booklet only, the print books only. Hey, Driano, I just passed my MSF this weekend. Woo, woo. Yeah, give him a biker wave. Those of you that are members, you get biker waves. Give him a biker wave. Congratulations on passing your test. That's a tough one. That's a tough weekend. That's a tough weekend. Glad that you're doing that. Blade of War, nice to see you again. You got the rainbow beard. Blade of War's been here forever. Blade of War's been here forever. Love to see you. Yeah, that's how it is. It's a bit rough, but overall super fun. I've taught. I was an MSF rider coach. I taught MSF BRC1 multiple times, but I've actually taken the MSF BRC1 multiple times. I just have so much fun. Like Drano, I want to call you Drano. Can I call you Drano? Hey Drano. Like Drano. Anyways, my favorite exercise during the BRC1, it's the second day, and it's where you guys are just kind of cruising around. You're going through that little the turns and just kind of doing this and then do the turn and then doing this and then the turn and then doing this and just kind of cruising. That's my favorite. And then you go into on the other side and then you do the U-turn. or the figure eight, and then you come out. And it's just it's just the obstacle course, basically. Like you're doing everything, you know? And I've taken the advanced rider course. I've taken total control ARC 1 and 2. They're all fun, but that was my favorite one. What was your favorite one at the MSF? The figure, the peanut. We had a guy. We had a guy wreck. I've been there for a few of the wrecks. What different exercises are in the ARC? So the total control ARC 1, they were getting you to the point. It's pretty much all body language. Like they're wanting to get you like doing that crazy body language so you can keep the bike more upright. That was a big part, and then another big part was trail braking. So learning how to apply braking in a turn, and then also threshold braking to where it's basically trail braking going straight. It's progressive braking basically. So they're really getting you to understand the fine motor controls and then now body language. And then the ARC2 is just like doubling up on it. And that was for total control. I did the total control ARC 1 and 2. And then I did do the MSF ARC. That was fun too. And that was the kind of the same thing. They're doing their own version of body language. So that was pretty cool. I did the BRC2 a few times. And that was where you just bring your own bike and it's like a 4-hour day. So all the advanced classes build upon the basic classes. The basic classes teach you gross motor skills. So like how to like turn and accelerate and then friction zone and shifting and those are gross motor skills. The advanced classes teach you fine motor skills to where now how to shift smoothly. And they teach you speed shifting, but they teach you clutchless shifting. So like they teach you like a little bit of trail braking, so fine motor skill of a little bit of throttle and a little bit of brake going into a turn, a little bit more better on the body language. So it's trying to like build upon that stuff. And that's why I think they're really good. I think advanced classes are good because you're not going to really need to use a lot of that stuff when you're out on the road, but you have such a higher level of skill that it does lower your risk. Yeah, and that's another thing. That's why I try to create the books, Fortunate Run, and well, not specifically for trail braking, but even in the BRC1, it's like, hey guys, we're doing U-turns. There's like 2 or 3 exercises where you actually do U-turns and figure eights, but you only get maybe 20 minutes yourself to do it because you're waiting with people. There's 12 people max for a BRC1, and you only get 30 to 45 minutes per exercise. And so you might only be able to do 1 or like 2 or 3 figure eights per exercise. So over the course of 2 days, you're doing maybe 10 figure eights. Let's be generous. Let's say 14 figure eights in 2 days. And so it's like with the books, it's like, hey, you go to the parking lot with the Smart Rider drills, you're doing as many as you want. You don't have to wait for 11 other people to go through it until it's your turn. You can just do, like just with the lefty loosey, you're doing 1, 2, 3. You're doing 3 U-turns in 15 seconds. And so if you do that like 10 times, you're doing 30 different sizes of U-turns. Later, Hog Rider, have fun skiing. You can do as many as you want. And that's why I really like the DIY stuff, or not DIY, but the at-home stuff. So Middle Gaga was talking about that a little bit. And it's like, it's great to go to a course, but you're also limited by the course. If you have the information at home, you're only limited by you and your discipline and your motivation. My wife and I have been married 11 years today. Congrats! Got married at the courthouse at 8:15 while the criminals waited on the bench outside the courtroom. They all cheered. Hey, that's cool that they cheered you on. Congrats, 11 years. Why'd you pick April 1st? So you guys can say happy anniversary and then say April Fool's right after that. No, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. It's quite an achievement. Quite an achievement. Not to take away, because that's much bigger of an achievement, but I had my 1-year anniversary with my girlfriend 2 days ago. Took her out to a nice steak dinner. So where are you going? Where are you going? What are you doing? What are you doing for your anniversary? And what is 11 year? What's the traditional gift? Anniversary gift. Oh, it goes. Well, the 10th year was tin or aluminum, and then the 15th year is crystal. I don't think there's 11. You're baking some chicken. Nice. Awesome, Ninja. Got to give me a slice of pizza. Get yourself a slice of pizza. We got to get jumping in here. We're an hour and 20 minutes, and we have 5 videos. We've been chatting quite a bit. We got to jump into this. And she's sending me a bunch of Instagram reels right now. It's lunchtime, that's why. My fiance and I have been together for 4 years now. We get married. Nice. I love that. Adriano. Okay. Hadriana. Oh, Hadriano. Nice. That's fine. Now I know. I'm hooked on phonics. Hadriano. My first try lasted 20 years. This time is good. That's awesome. Hey, I've been there. I've tried multiple times. Yeah, you beat me anyways. On length. Wait, that sounds weird. I shouldn't have said it that way. Don't clip that. Ew. All right, here, guys. We got to get started. That's what you guys are here for. You guys are here to watch some crashes and close calls. 63rd. I think you. I wonder if you and Hogrider are competing for age. Yeah, Colin Clark, like a tuna can. Length and width. Been with my wife for 20. Awesome, Paul Away. Horovac, how you doing? How many videos have we done already? We have done 0, but we're about to start. So let's go ahead and jump into this one. Let's go ahead and hit the record button. In 3, 2, 1. Let's go ahead and do that. Boom. Oh, I don't have my pen. We got to get my pen. I'm wasting recording space. Got to get the pen out. Come on. Where'd it go? There it is. There we go. We got the pen. We got this. Let's put it right there. 3, 2, 1. All right, everybody. Let's jump into this one. We have R6 Eddie. We're going to be going over some crashes and close calls. Hopefully you guys don't make them. So that's a speed wobble. So we hit a bump probably. Suspension might be a little messed up. Maybe tire pressure, rim. Bunch of different factors. Can be applied when it comes to speed wobbles like that. They're called death wobbles, speed wobbles, all those different things. Basically, we're going too fast. That's why they call them speed wobbles. And death wobbles, think about it. Speed wobbles, we're going a little bit too fast. And we're going faster than what our tire suspension and even our hand inputs can control. So we hit a bump, which causes the suspension to do some craziness at this higher rate of speed. So it's trying to correct itself. That's what it's doing. It's trying to correct itself. The whole gyroscopic precession and physics and all that stuff. It's trying to do that. You're kind of at the mercy of physics at that point. So how do we prevent ourselves from getting into that position? Having doing this stuff. How do we prevent this? What we just called it speed wobbles, right? So go the speed limit. That's an important part because a lot of stuff designed on the roads is designed around the speed limit. That's why they put it there. Civil engineers are pretty smart people, for the most part. Anyways, don't do that. Don't hit any objects on the road. So always look for things. So we're going to be talking a lot during this video about the plan method. So locating hazard situations and assessing relevant threats. If there's like a car battery or something big in the road in front of you, that's a relevant threat. So let's go ahead and navigate around it. Okay, so it's an active threat. So we have to navigate around it. So we'll talk about swerving, acceleration, and braking. So don't speed, don't hit objects. Make sure your tire PSI is good before you leave on the bike. Make sure that your suspension is doing well. So make sure you do a check. I would do at least a monthly check and be like, hey, you know, how's the suspension? Another thing is that if you see fork oil all over the ground before you're about to go take the bike out on a ride, don't, because you're probably missing some important pieces of your motorcycle at that point. So there's a bunch of different things we can do to prevent this situation. One of the biggest thing is don't speed. You typically see this on interstates because people like to go a little fast with throttle. Just chill. Got very lucky. Very lucky. All right, let's move on to the next one. Let's go over some things here. All right, so we're going at 90, getting into this mountain. We have a sharp left, sharp right on the sign. So here's the sharp left. You see the chevron said recommended 25 miles an hour back there. Went a little bit too wide. Dumped the bike on at the very last second. Wearing full gear, so that's good. We're acquiring and using personal protective equipment. That's part of the Smart Rider principles. But we didn't seek and maintain very well when it came to this hazard situation. So corners and intersections are dangerous for motorcycle riders. So let's go and take a quick look. We're going to try to power through some of these things because I want you guys to see it. So we're going 77. We are slowing down before the turn as much as we can. We were going 100 probably. 20. So I said 25. I just saw the 2. So we're 20 recommended. We're going 58. We're going to slow down a little bit more probably. So 46. We're going pretty much double the speed limit when it recommended speed limit. And that recommendation is letting you know, hey, this turn is sharp. It's not saying, hey, you have to go 20. It's a recommendation, but it's recommending because it's sharp. Look how sharp this turn is. So if you're a brand new rider, take this at 20 and then realize, oh, I can add more. Instead of, hey, I'm going to take it at 46. Oh, I need to slow down even more, harder, harder, harder in the middle of a turn. That's when you start getting into problems. And so what happened is we would start going a little bit wide. We're still trying to slow down. You know, imagine if he was just going 20. Let's say 25. He's going 37 at this point. So we're going wide, and you see a little bit so far on the side of the road, the gravel. So as soon as we start getting close to the gravel, we either lost traction because of the gravel, or we lost traction because of the gravel, and we slammed the brakes because we panicked because we're like, oh, crap, I'm going to hit the guardrail. So there it is. So we didn't hit the guardrail first. We fell down first, then hit the guardrail. So if we were just going 20, 25, we could have made this turn pretty easy. So if you are a new rider or you're coming back into riding, just realize, let's go ahead and take it easy for a while until we can build our skill level higher. And even then, there's no reason to really kind of go super fast. You're having fun. Look at this beautiful view. Now imagine if you broke your leg or something bad happened and you're out here by yourself. So we are going to go over rescue a little bit. And if you want to know more, so far everything I'm talking about is part of the Smart Rider motorcycle training system. If you want to learn how to ride, this is a full book from zero to actually practicing your motorcycle operator skills test. We have Smart Rider drills in a parking lot, 24 drills. So have some fun with that. You never have to move the cones once you set them up. How to rescue somebody. This is a rescue booklet, so you can learn how to stop major bleeds. A bunch of different stuff in there for when you get into a crash or somebody else gets in a crash. And you get a little rescue card, digital version. And there's free shipping now. So free shipping for the books and free shipping for the books and cones, because I do sell cones. You only need 10 cones for the drills or 5 tennis balls cut in half. There it is. United States shipping, free. Have some fun.
I'm good.
Check it out. Links in the description for that.
Yeah.
Oh. So you see what I mean there when it comes to, like, you never know. So part of, like I said, what we do here is we're smart riders acquiring personal protective equipment just in case, because if something happens and we have no control over it, so we're just riding, maybe going a little too fast here. You know, part of planning a ride is locating hazardous situations, lots of traffic. It's at night. Let's go ahead and slow it down a little bit so we can see any vehicles, anybody a threat. So if somebody is a threat, we swerve, we accelerate out of it, or we apply good progressive braking to hopefully stop or slow down enough in time so we don't hit anything. Once again, that's all done in the Riding Smart book. That's the first book. So it teaches you everything. So we basically sideswiped a vehicle. Okay, so we sideswiped the vehicle. Maybe they pulled out a little bit, but this is why we pay attention. We look for those escape paths. So we got hit. He immediately put his foot down. You see his foot down right here? So that's a panic. We did a little bit of a panic. Remember, we can only do 3 things: swerve, accelerate, or brake. Putting feet down doesn't do anything. So hopefully we should have been swerving in the first place, but we got knocked off the bike. And it's like, okay, cool, we got knocked off the bike. If there was nothing there, we're fine, right? It still sucks. Still whatever. But then we hit this. Look at his head right into the pole. That's why you wear gear. That's why you wear gear. And if that was your buddy in front of you, you know what to do. So get the system, check it out. The music. So what do we do here? Do you know what to do? Everyone's standing around with hands in their pockets. So if everyone learned how to rescue, we would all be able to help out. Nice little corner, nice and easy. Chill, chill, chill. Buddy wasn't doing it, chill. Kind of fell down. Let's rescue him. Who knows? Maybe the peg penetrated his calf. I've seen it. I've seen it. And now he's bleeding everywhere. What do you do? U-turns. Simple U-turn. This is probably about 25 to 30 feet wide with both lanes. Okay? If you do the Smart Rider drills, you can do this turn easy. We have so many different, we have a U-turn proficiency drill specific for this. The lefty loosey's perfect for this. So your buddy just crashed. You're not remaining calm. You're not ensuring your own safety. That's a blind corner. That's kind of a rough thing to do a U-turn on right in front of that. I wouldn't want to do that. I'd go around that corner and then do a U-turn. Sorry, buddy, you're crashed. I'd talk to each other on a cardo. You know, I'd be like, hey, I'm going to come right back. So links in the description for cardo and rock form, all the other stuff. So check it out. But this is an easy U-turn. Practice your U-turns. I designed the system so that we can solve all these problems.
For the following rider.
What do we got here? Is he going to come up to us too quick? Oh, snap. Pushed him out into the roadway. Not good. And she kept it up. Interesting. So once again, progressive braking. You know, she needs to be paying attention, locating a hazardous situation. It's an intersection. There's the vehicle up there. It's an intersection. She should have been paying attention to that. Maybe talking to each other on the cardo. But if she was getting to this point, you're like, oh crap, what do we do? Swerve out of the way. Don't just target fixate on the red shirt and apply the brakes and not stop in time. But she was able to keep the bike up. Interesting. There we go. Nice little left turn. Intersection. Oh! Car not paying attention. Hit us. Double check. Remain calm. Ensure your own safety. Double check. Everything's fine. Okay, it is what it is. We're fine. Good laugh. Good. Beautiful bike. I like these older bikes. What do you guys think? What do you guys like? Do you like the older bikes too? Write in the comments. If he was in a car, it's just a fender bender, but on motorcycles, it's a little bit more scary. Oh, side of the vehicle. We see that. So I will give it to him that he did try one of the three things I said. So he did try to swerve last second. Okay, so the emergency maneuvers only help you out so much. That's why it's at the very bottom. Navigating an active threat. You need to be locating hazardous situations and assessing if there's relevant threats. Just look at this scenario. Does it look hazardous? Lots of traffic, not a lot of line of sights, a lot of issues, not many escape routes. So really swerving left or right, we're going to probably hit a parked car. Accelerating forward, it might be good, but then somebody else might be popping out. So this is a scenario, this is a situation where it's like, I'm really going to be trusting my braking skills. I'm really going to trust my braking skills. And to make my braking skills even more effective, I'm not going to be going fast. I'm not going to be speeding through, and I'm going to be paying attention. I'm not going to be vibing to music. And when I see that side of the vehicle, they're going to take up, I'm hoping they're only going to take up this left lane, and I have this small little gap in the escape, but I don't like to live on hope. I think that's probably a song. I don't know. But I'm not going to live off of that. I'm going to live off of my skills, what I can control. So once I see that, I'm going to apply the brakes and let them in, and then when they make a decision to go left, right, straight, whatever it is, then it's like, okay, I'll make a decision to kind of pass or not pass. But I'm going to make sure it's like, okay, cool, you're part of the new group ride that I'm in by myself. You and I are in a group ride car, and so I'm going to treat them, you know, important and be up in front instead of be like, I'm just going to keep going and shoot for the gap. Because then this is what could happen. Who knows? I didn't know if they were going to park or not. I thought they were going to go straight, so I assumed, and then this is where assuming got me. That's why I really heavily focus on locating hazardous situations.
What? If it's on me, I'll go.
A very unfortunate situation. One rider failed to check his mirrors while the other completely broke that unspoken trust by overtaking in such reckless way.
Yeah, don't overtake other riders. Oh. So it's a red light intersection, same thing. Nighttime riding, more hazards. So what happened here? So we're in, I want to go back just a little bit more. So we both have left turn arrows, okay? Well, there's 3 lanes for left turn. Just stay in your lane. Why are we switching to the other lane? I'm assuming, you know, the other lane will be like a U-turn underneath the bridge. There's some of those bridges like that, and then the lane that we're in is going to be left turn onto the street way over there. So maybe we changed our mind. We want to do a U-turn for some reason. I don't know. But if you're in a group ride and like you're actually talking to this buddy and you have your cardo, kind of important to tell him you're going to be doing this. So I don't know why we, as the rider, did this. It makes no sense. So be predictable in your riding too. So this is where we remain calm, ensure our own safety, and check for any major bleeds.
My leg.
And we can quickly assess the severity of the incident. So the big fear here is that we're still in the roadway. And it's night, hard to see. You know, since our lights aren't on. There you go, we're moving off to the roadway, very nice. And the headlights are, you're right. So wheelie time, how can we prevent any type of crashes here? Try not to do wheelies, I guess. What do we got? Oh. I think we just straight up had to layer down, slam the brakes. Like something happened when it comes to the brakes. Maybe a chain snapped. I'm not too sure here. Yeah, what do you guys think? Write in the comments. I'm a thinking. Too much brakes, chain snapped, something got caught in the rear wheel. Didn't look like there was a road surface hazard. It didn't look like we hit oil. That's not the same thing. Let's see. That's his oil after the fact. I wonder if he's gonna show if his chain broke or something. It did look like too much front brake for some reason. All right, intersection. I want to point out, this is kind of how I think, and I'm gonna be doing a street strategies video. So right here, I'm coming up to the intersection. I'm locating hazardous situations, any relevant threats, any left turners. Those are the big ones when it comes to this very specific thing. And is that guy going to turn left in front of me? Okay, what happens if he does? I can swerve, accelerate, or brake. So where's my escape route? Where's my swerve path? Okay, cool. You know, if I accelerate, do I have power on my bike? Am I riding like a 125cc or am I riding a 600? Do I have power? Okay, I have power, so I can be able to swerve out of the way or accelerate out of the way. Now I'm covering my brakes just in case I might need to use the braking. So I'm going to remove the panic moment to reach for it. I'm already going to cover. So that's where I'm at here.
An incredible dangerous close call.
And now I'm here. And now it's like, okay, cool. Guy did not turn out in front of me. What's my new location of hazards? Now I'm doing plan again. Am I in a good position? What else is happening? Where's my escapes? I have a great lane to the right. I have like a turn lane to the left. You know, if I have to, I can swerve left. I can swerve right. I can still apply the brakes and accelerate. Okay, cool. Is there going to be any other relevant threats popping up?
Reminder to always.
Okay, that person turned. Is this person going to turn? No, side of the vehicle right there, though. Good swerve. You see what I mean? So we got to here, and we're like, okay, what's the new plan? What's the new plan? What's the new plan? Any relevant threats? So when I said side of the vehicle, that one right there. That one right there. This is also a relevant threat because they could do this. This person can do this. And I'm going this way. So I can either collide here or collide here. Now, I'm going to be paying attention to this person, and I'm going to be paying attention to this person. And if you noticed, the person that moves will grab your attention. So let's go back just a little bit. Look at the vehicle on the right. It started to move. Now, if that vehicle's moving, where are they going? Well, they're obviously not going to stay and just like stand right here in this lane and block this lane. They're not going to stay right here and block this lane. They're trying to get over here, right? So the only reason why this person is moving is to get over here. Common sense, right? Well, then I'm going to collide right here. So what do? I can swerve right. I can swerve left. I can cover my brakes. I can apply brakes. I can accelerate into them if I want to. Maybe that's not the best choice. So I have swerves and braking. So take a look at the vehicle on the right, the side of the vehicle. That's a pattern I want you guys to see. And it started moving. Oh, that popped me into navigating active threats. It's a relevant threat right now. It's popping me into navigating an active threat to get myself into a new position for safety.
To car drivers.
So he swerved. Perfect. We're right here now. Let's do plan. Are we in a position for safety in the middle? No. So I need to put myself in a new position for safety. The new position for safety would be to get myself back into here as quick as possible because we have a car right here. I can't just stay in this lane because I'm going to hit that car if I just stay in the lane. So I have to put myself in a new position for safety. So we got past it. We're past it. Congratulations. Good job. It's a close call. It makes you poop your pants a little bit. Not a big deal. We're going to go ahead and switch over. We're going to switch back in our lane. We're going to get home and try to just throw out the underwear. Don't even worry about washing it. Just throw out the underwear. You know, maybe the pants are fine, but get back in your lane now. Get back in your lane. That's the new position for safety. There it is. So this is a great situation when it comes to utilizing the plan method. That is the method that I go into my head every single time I drive, I ride, I walk on the street. Like before I'm crossing the street, I'm doing the plan method, locating anybody wanting to come out and hit me. I walk to the post office to deliver you guys all the books that I have, which is, once again, free shipping. I walk 3 miles to the post office there and back because I want to get my steps in. I want to walk and stuff, but I have to cross a major road every single time. And there's a bunch of idiots not looking for me, a pedestrian. And so sometimes I have to just stop and let 4 cars go by when it's my turn to walk, because I'm recognizing, hey, there's active threats until it's clear for me to go, and then I can go. Like I do it when I'm walking, when I'm driving, when I'm riding, whatever it is. Perfect example. This is not a perfect example. All right. Oh, geez. Stay up. Camera guy, come on, man. Pay attention. All right. Once again, we're going to probably go too wide, maybe a low side. There it is. That's a typical thing in corners. So just like I showed you the plan method when it came to the intersection, the plan method when it comes to cornering is that are you the hazard? Are you going too fast? That's typically the problem. Motorcycle riders are the problem when it comes to riding in the corners. Typically, cars are the problems when it comes to intersections. So we have to understand road behavior and driver behavior in corners. We have to understand our stupid behavior when it comes to corners. So slow it down. Oh, no. So if our friend is being dumb and they do this, this is why I also have the rescue method. This is why I want you guys to be able to rescue. Because, yeah, Jeffrey over here made a stupid choice once again, but I don't want him to die. So I'm going to go ahead and help him out.
You okay?
Is he looking for Ninja Turtles or something? What is he doing here? Call 911. Perfect. What's the first thing? Remain calm, call 911, or tell someone to call 911. I have the whole system for you, so you don't have to think. Just follow.
My service is...
Keep the helmet on. You can loosen it, but just keep it on. All right. Slick J636. Here we go. Nice and chill. Oh. Gave him enough room. Whoa. This little old lady came flying past me. Nah, she didn't. She had a Fast and Furious audition, and I was the obstacle. No, but you did good. You did good. I want to point out what you did good. You're just cruising. Let's go ahead and get to the...
Shit.
My service is shit. All right. So we're just cruising. We're not going super fast, right? Cruising. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Oh, there it is. Active threat. So what I would do in this situation, instead of just staying in the middle of the lane, because I know I'm not going to win. It's like me going against a sumo wrestler. I'm not going to win. I can run around as best I can. I'm mobile. I'm athletic, right? So we're on a motorcycle. We're mobile, athletic. And so what we can do is put ourselves in a new position for safety to give all this space to them. I'm not going to win. It is what it is. So move over as best you can, because you will minimize the possibility of what just happened, because we're giving a big space cushion for that person to get around. Should they have done this? Should we do this? It's up to you. You want to stand here and get hit, or do you want to not get hit? Should you do it? If you, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I don't want to get hit. That's the baseline for me. Just move over. She's a terrible driver. It is what it is, but she didn't come flying past you, little lady, buddy. Whatever. Oh. I guess you can consider that hitting the mirror. All right, we're flying by. Oh, snap. Oh, there it is. How did we not see that ahead of time?
Water on the road were caused by a burst pipe nearby. Unfortunately, the rider couldn't keep the bike under control.
I think in that situation, you're able to sue. Because I know in Tucson and in Arizona, certain places, like if there's potholes and the city hasn't repaired them and you get like a bent rim, you can actually put in like a form and they have to pay for your rim or something like that. Anyways, why didn't we not see it? Take a look at this image. Sun in the eyes. It's hard to see. So let's just say we are paying attention, we're doing our best, and we're just kind of blinded a little bit. And then this thing popped up. Random stuff, right? Random stuff. So what do we do as smart riders? We acquire and use personal equipment for these situations where we have zero control. We tried our best, and things just didn't work out. Blinded by the light. It's a good song. Cars don't have this problem. We do. Because we have that balance issue, and that sucks.
By a burst pipe nearby. Unfortunately, the rider couldn't keep the bike under control.
No, not much you can do. So what I would do in that situation, as soon as I saw that kind of stuff, I would let off the gas. I'm going to coast through it as best I can. Because if I'm giving it gas, it needs traction. If I give it throttle, it needs traction to grip the ground, and that's how I'm going, right? So if I'm keep giving it this, and my tires want to keep doing this because I have power to the rear wheel now, and now I get onto, that wet road, especially that mud, and now it still wants to do this to keep going, but now it's slipping. So if I let the throttle off, it's just going to try to just rotate. It's not going to try to grab and rotate. It's just going to rotate. So that's the best thing I would do. I would let off the gas and probably even pull in the clutch and see if I can just coast through it. I don't want any extra power to that rear wheel. I just want it to be able to grab as much as I can, just go over it. Overall, terrible spot. All right. Oh, kind of the same thing there. We just straight up lost traction. Wear gear just in case. Sometimes this happens. I have the best luck. I have to mute that. I don't know if... Oh, I was looking down. I have to mute it because I don't know about the music, but what he hit... Oh, there it is. So I know he's going to do slow-mo, but right there. Look at that butt. So I think he lifted his butt before hitting the piece of wood. Let's see. There's the lift. He's starting to lift. Starting to lift. Write in the comments why he lifted his butt off the seat before hitting an obstacle. Write in the comments. So if you don't know this answer, please look at the comments because there's probably some writing. You guys are probably making comments about his butt. All right, I'll just tell you then because I know you guys in the comment section are pretty nutty. So when we go over an obstacle, the front suspension absorbs it as best as it can. It's still going to mess you up, but that back tire is going to hit it, and it's going to do this. It's going to do that in the back. Now, if you're sitting on the seat and it does this, what is it going to do to you? It's going to kind of like, jumping, like getting bucked off a bull, right? So if you lift your butt up just enough, just a little bit, let's see how much. That much right there. If you just do that, what it's going to do is that your knees and your legs are acting as a secondary suspension. So when the back end comes up, it's gonna a little tap on your butt versus launch you, and your legs are gonna actually absorb some of that. So you're not gonna get launched off the bike. You're gonna have more control of the bike if you do that. They teach you that in the MSF. So I think there's gonna be a slow-mo version here. See, good job, handled it. Handled it. Now the first goal is to avoid, but if you hit, lift it. Yeah, we're going nutty on the road here. Oh, don't run him over. Remain calm, sure on safety. Don't act like an idiot. Ooh, if the road can do that to your handlebars, what do you think it can do to your legs and arms? Stop riding like idiots.
Motivated.
Yeah, he just said idiot right there. All right, here we go. Osmo action 4. Yeah. Oh. A little bit of rear end. Exchange information. Do your thing. Don't get your side stand stuck in the little hole. Here we go. Uncle's hella close after a lane split past him. Yeah.
Speeding leading to some totally over the top
Oop.
actions.
All right. Oh, a little bit angry. A little bit angry. Exactly. Try to get away. I would just do a full loop. I would do full loop and switch to a different area. All right. I'm fine with you doing wheelies here. It's pretty fast, pretty impressive. But now we have a turn coming up. Oh, yeah, we weren't anticipating that. Just minding my business. Cute but deadly. That's the name. Oh. Truck drivers are asses sometimes. Yeah, that wasn't very nice. Rock, huh? All right, here we go. Oh, a little bit of an impact. Let the car go so you can actually lift the bike back up. Probably hit that engine guard. Here we go, AT cheese. Green doesn't mean go. Oh, I get a lot of comments like green, but that's what green means. Are you trying to say because this green doesn't mean go, that means red doesn't mean stop? It's like you can do whatever you want. You don't have to stop at red lights. You don't have to. You don't have to. Is it safe? Is it recommended? No. You don't have to go on green. Is it safe? Is it recommended? Sometimes it's safe. Sometimes it's recommended. Green means go when it's safe to go. If it's not safe to go, don't go. If you see a vehicle not stopping when you know they have a red because you have a green, don't go. Kind of cruise in a little bit. Don't get in front of them. That truck is not stopping.
In this case, the rider
Hey,
showed
fingers.
patience and gave the driver
Nice
a very
gloves.
calm, gentle.
Oh, dude. Get back. So how I like to park at stoplights, I was taught this as a kid or a teenager, whatever. I'm getting old. If I'm in my car and I'm coming up to the car in front of me at the stoplight, I stop just the moment where their back tires start to disappear. I don't get all the way up. I still want to see the back tires on that car. If I can't see the back tires on that car, I'm too close. So this right here, this guy's an idiot. You come up until you're just about to have the hood of your car or the bumper block the view of that rear tire in the front of you. Then you still have space. But if you're like, I'm going to get close. I don't know. That's a little tip, driving tip. Yeah, I mean, you don't have to stop at a red. You stop because of the law. But you don't have to. You can. I'm not saying, guys, break the law. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying break the law. I'm just saying you don't have to. There's nothing in this world that you have to do. There are consequences for anything you do. You just have to be comfortable with the consequences of doing whatever you want. You can have full freedom to do whatever you want. Just be aware there's consequences for every single choice you make. So yeah, there is a law saying you have to stop at red lights. You don't have to stop, but just be aware that if you don't stop, there's problems probably. That's what I'm trying to get at there. All right, here we go. Oh, good job. Slow it down, but good job on the brakes, good job on the escape. I have to mute that. I love M&M's. Here we go. So a little bit of road rage. If I was the biker, I would apply the brakes, get behind, let the idiot be in front. Don't stay side by side. All it takes is a quick side swipe. That's all it takes. You're going to lose. It doesn't matter if you're a big bagger, if you have big ego. It doesn't matter. Ego is way nothing. Law of gross tonnage is everything. All right, let's go back just a little bit here so we don't miss that. All right, here we go. So let's just see. Are we going faster than the flow of traffic here? Yeah. Yeah. Good swerve. But how do we prevent having this risky situation? Don't speed like an idiot. Simple. Here we go. Open lane pattern. Oh my gosh. You guys see that? You guys see that? You guys had to have seen that. Come on. Right here. Our lane is moving quicker. So this is part of the plan method. So I always assume you guys watch this all the time. So if you're new, this is called an open lane pattern. We went over the side of the vehicle pattern. This is an open lane pattern here. So right here, we have this car in front of us moving faster than this lane, right? It's moving faster than that lane. This car in front is moving slower than what this car wants, right? So once this car gets ahead a little bit faster, this guy's like, oh, that car is moving ahead. I'm going to switch over right away because I don't want to be stuck behind this car. This lane is moving faster. That is called an open lane pattern. We typically see it from this point of view. Motorcycle riders do the same thing. Car drivers, motorcycle riders, vehicle operators do the same thing. That's why you do your head checks. That's why you're supposed to look in your blind spots before you do that. But people don't do that. It's stupid. So for us, if we see this, be aware. Be aware of what you have, what you can do. You can either cover those brakes, get ready for that. Right now, it looks like we have a great escape path if we needed to the left. Right? So that's part of planning our ride. We're locating the hazardous situation. It's a relevant threat, but if it becomes an active threat, I have two options here. I can apply the brakes or I can swerve. Accelerating might put me in a bad spot. So I at least have two escapes. So that's what I want you guys to start thinking when you see this. So what you don't do is speed up. You just kind of like wait. You're like, what are they going to do? What are they going to do? I don't know. Because I recognize the pattern, I'm assuming they might come out. I'm not going to assume that they're going to stay. I'm going to assume they might come out. I want to be ready. So the swerve saved him, not the rev bomb. You saw that? I don't know if it's copyrighted. Hey, we just did an open lane pattern. You guys see that? I just talked about it. That lane is open. We don't want to be stuck behind this red car. So what do? We did a head check. Good for you. Good for you. That head check shows that somebody is right there. And you still made the choice? So you made the choice. You made that choice. You could have chose to just kind of slow down, let them in, or just let them go and then get behind them. You're stuck. You're stuck. Just treat it that way. You made that choice. The car swerved out of the way from hitting you. You did another head check. You're going to do the same thing. You want to get into the open lane. And now you're mad at them. You're mad at them. You made the choice. You saw it. You saw it. Same thing here. Open lane patterns. Be very careful with this. I'd move over a little bit to the left so that all I have to do is do a quick swerve into the shoulder. So I'd move over here. Oh, we're going to just go ahead and lane split and hit side of the pedestrians. Pedestrians should have done that, but if you're in a country like this or in an area like this where this happens a lot, where pedestrians just do stupid stuff, just anticipate that pedestrians will do stupid stuff. I don't know if this music is copyrighted, so we're just going to go ahead and chill here. So we're blocking everybody. You know, we're cool. We're blocking everybody. He's getting frustrated. Motorcycle riders, okay, he passed. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. He passed. He's a little bit angry. It is what it is. Let's go ahead and make it worse. Anyways, here, let's move on. Side of the vehicle. Oh, why did that back tire just flare out? Why did that back tire flare out? What do car drivers typically do when they get into that situation? They slam that brake. They go from the gas pedal to the brake pedal. Like, ah! And they have four tires, so they kind of stay upright. When you go from cars to motorcycles, that is a trained habit. So if you go from a car, oh, I'm going to hit the brakes, you tend to do that with your right foot too on the motorcycle. So if you do that with your right foot on the motorcycle, what are you actually doing? You're applying brakes, yeah, but you're applying the rear brake only. And the rear brake only applies 20-30% of braking power for your motorcycle. And when you apply brakes, the weight transfers to the front tire. So now the rear tire is barely touching the ground with a little bit of traction, and the front tire is what is getting a lot of the traction. So if you apply the brakes, that rear brake's going to go ahead and stop if you don't have ABS, and it's just going to slide. And so when it slides, it does that. Look at that. I just explained everything. So we should be paying attention, though, to the side of the vehicle. We talked about that. So what do we have here? We need to be able to apply both brakes. More specifically, we need to be doing progressive brake pressure on that front brake to apply that braking power. Because if we swerve left, we're going to hit the grass. You know, if we accelerate, we're just going to get into the crash quicker. Let's go ahead and apply the brakes as best we can to give ourselves some time. So maybe we have to swerve right where the car is disappearing from because they're going from right to left. Got very lucky we didn't dump the bike. So this is a close call. And the whole point of the videos that we do here is that we're witnessing close calls and crashes to learn what we can and can't do and what we should and should not do, and just learning lessons. So we just learned from this. Let's give Dr. Speedo a thank you for getting into a close call so we can learn from it. We don't have to do it ourselves. And he couldn't use the front brake because he was rev bombing. Exactly. Okay. Switch lanes. Is your phone really that important? Yeah. Okay. Side of the vehicle, same thing. What do we do? What do we do? Apply the brakes. Find the escape. Find the escape. Find the escape. Very nice. Very good. Close call. Very scary. You handled it. Be proud of yourself. Ride as if you are invisible. I don't like the term ride as if you're invisible. Ride like you have skill. How about that? Ride as though you have skill. Not fake skill. You have to go out and practice, get the Smart Rider motorcycle training system. You can practice all this stuff. Ride like you have skill. I don't care what other people do. I don't care if they see me. I don't care if they don't see me. I don't care. I don't care. I'm going to ride so that I can handle any situation that pops up in front of me. And if for some reason I can't handle that situation, I should be doing better in my training. But it is what it is. I'm in the situation now and I crash. Well, thankfully, before every ride, I do the safety pre-ride checklist and I wear my gear.
Damn. Tough shirt, man.
Nice sound
Thanks,
effects.
get a clip.
Good job with the braking. Good job with the progressive braking. That's what saved him. What do we got here? We got a recliner. Oh, he's going to help out. All you're doing is you're going to get hit first for the most part. Oh, but it is a cop. Nice. That's the kind of stuff cops do so that they prevent somebody from hitting something on the road. So whenever you see something like this, exactly what the motorcycle rider did was like give him some props. He's taken a huge risk to his life so that other people don't hit a massive object on the road because some other idiot let it fall off. So good on that cop.
Thanks, guys. Woo!
Okay. So what I was saying is he's going to be it is what it is. He did good. I like that. But with that said, hope you guys ride safe, be safe, grab a slice of pizza, grab the system, check it out. I'll see you guys on the next live stream. That was a 40-minute video. And we got 4 more. We have 4 more, everybody. Make sure you hit that like button. I see 100 of you in here and only 74 likes. What is up with that? What is up with that? How you doing, Slender Man? It's fine. We got 4 videos. I said I wasn't going to live stream this week, but I decided to because MotoStars put out 3 videos since last time I live streamed. So we have to go over them. Plus we're going to do like a couple older ones. Because I'm going to be focused heavily on filming rescue and street strategies this week and next week and all the way up until May 1st when we launch the Academy. So I want to get some videos ahead of time. Pizza looks good. Pizza looks good. I want to have some pizza. I want to get some pizza. Little Caesar's pizza just hits the spot. I don't know what it is. I don't know. And it's cheap, inexpensive. In and out, boom. Can I get a hot and ready pepperoni? Yes. Thank you. It's like $7. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and jump into this one. 3, 2, 1. All right, let's take a look.
Hey guys,
All right, we're
today
sitting
will
at a
start with
light.
A situation that reminds
R6
us that
Eddy, so
anything
make
happen on the road, so it's always worth expecting the unexpected. So take a look and ride safe.
that is pretty scary. So what we're gonna be doing in this video, everybody, is we're gonna be taking a look at crashes and close calls and making sure that we don't make the same mistakes as a lot of the people do in here. And if they made a success, let's go ahead and try to emulate those successes. So pay attention to these scenarios, because if you get caught in these scenarios, we're doing mirror neurons. So we're paying attention. We're learning from watching. Pretty cool, huh? So now we see this, right? Good. We got out of the situation. We're going to be utilizing the plan method right here. We're in a position for safety right now. Hey, there's a hazardous situation. So if we are having to turn left, right, that's an active threat with all that glass on the ground, right? That's an active threat. So we might have to do some nice navigation around it. Nice little U-turn almost to get around it, right? We're going to have to do something. We don't want to go over the glass. So practice your slow speed maneuvers. We have the Smart Rider drills. The brand new digital version of it just came out. Free shipping for all the books, by the way, and the cone kits with the Smart Rider motorcycle training system. So check it out. Links in the description. Free shipping for the printed stuff in the United States, and the digital, instant download, instant everything. It gets on your phone, all that fun stuff. But that's how you can practice your U-turn to get around that. Okay. Here we go. I don't know if any of this music is copyrighted, so we got to do this. So we're getting through here. We're having some fun going around the curves. We have a nice little action camera. Hopefully it doesn't hit the ground when we're turning left. Oh, we were going a little too fast in the corner, up and over the guardrail. Thankfully not over a cliff. And thank you, cameraman, for having this great view, and we can actually see stuff. So look at the curve. It's pretty sharp. It's almost like a 90-degree curve. So when we're going through corners, we have to utilize the plan method. Hazardous situations for motorcycle riders are corners and intersections. Intersections, typically the car, left turning or whatever it is going to create the problem for us. But in corners, we tend to be the problem. You have control over at least this one, full control. And so what should we be doing into corners? Going slower than you think you need to and add speed later. Don't add speed at the beginning and be like, I need to probably slow down in the middle of the turn. This is the kind of stuff that happens if you're trying to slow down in the middle of the turn. Okay. And by the way, like I said, you can get the Smart Rider motorcycle training system in the drills. There is a free download for 5 free drills, U-turn drills. So check that out. It's also linked in the description too. Or go to the website, motorcycletrainingconcepts.com, training resources, boom, right there. It's going to say free 5 drills. Have some fun with that. Practice those drills. Hey, he's doing fine. That's good. Because part of the system is rescue. We're going to learn how to rescue each other. We might be talking about that in this video. So having some fun here. Oh, there's oil. There it is.
Oh, pimp down, pimpin'.
Yeah, having some fun in a parking garage. Now, remember, parking garage is a little bit slippery because it's kind of smooth concrete. So if you have any type of debris on the smooth concrete in here, you're going to have issues, okay? So just be careful with the swerves and the funds and stuff. They probably were at the very top taking some sweet pics, and then that's what happened. Oh, subtle foreshadowing. Are we going to do the same? Are we going to do the same? Don't run them over. Okay. Well, your buddy just crashed. What do we do? Remain calm, just like he did. Ensure our own safety so we don't get hit by other traffic. Or, wear some gloves if we have to do anything when it comes to stopping major bleeds. Once again, it's part of the system. It's a book, the rescue book. I go over all that stuff so you know how to rescue somebody after a crash. So check it out. Everything we talk about in these live streams is based off the books that I have developed. Oh.
The car without
All right.
lights and really difficult.
So 3 things we can do in an emergency situation. Okay, part of the navigating active threats. Swerve, brake, accelerate. So I will give it to him that he tried to brake. I want you guys to do something. A lot of people honk the horn, rev bomb, or freeze. So the simple fact that he did try to do something, great. But the point is we're learning from this. So we have a traction loss type situation with rain and water. And this person's going super slow. That car swerved the other lane to get away from it. So here, take a look at this. Makes it pretty easy with the silhouette, right? Do we have an escape off to the right? Could we maybe lane split off to the left so we can swerve into those positions, into that escape path if we really needed to, right? We can do something, right? So applying the brakes right here, it's like, this isn't working. You have to switch. If it's not working, We're not going to stop in time. My total stopping distance is ridiculous. It's dumb. It's not going to work. The rain is causing issues, whatever it is. I must change into a swerve. So change into the swerve. You have to do something. Now it's like, well, if I swerve left, I might get hit. If I swerve right, I might hit the guardrail. Or if you don't do anything, you're going to hit the car. So it's either hit the car or maybe hit something else. I'm going to take the maybe. I don't think it was panic braking. I think it was just the speed with braking plus the rain. There's just multiple issues. And that's why as smart riders, we acquire and use personal protective equipment just in case. What did I just say? What did I just say? I just said, please wear gear just in case. And we're not wearing gear. I needed a thumbnail. We'll see if that one wins. I usually do like an ABC test. We'll see if that wins. What the heck are we doing, dude? So, guys, I get it. Like, you're in a different country. It's like, I know how to ride a motorcycle at home, or maybe I don't know how to ride a motorcycle. And it's like, I'm in another country. They rent out scooters. We're going to go ahead and, ride around, have some fun, visit, If you don't know what to do, you don't know what to do. These guys in other countries that rent these things, they don't really check if you have license. They maybe just ask, do you know how to ride? And you're like, yeah, I do, and you don't. I think that's what happened. I think, because like right there, the reason why it did that is because we grabbed the handlebars and we accidentally twisted the throttle. Like, this guy doesn't know what he's doing. He's just wearing flip-flops and, we're heading to the beach because we rented these things. I don't know. Nobody knows what they're doing. Everyone's like, dude, stop. As much crap as I give these guys when it comes to wheelies, they have more skill than most motorcycle riders. You have to give them the simple fact that they have more skill.
I don't want to pull. Stay there. It's on the floor.
Why is your hand behind your back, dude? Get your hand out of your back. What are you doing there, buddy?
Your car is yours.
Take a picture. Now you're kidnapping me. Because you're not letting me move and leave. Yeah, that's a crazy situation. All right, let's move on. Might need another thumbnail here. We'll see if that one wins.
No, he ain't got nothing to stay. He doesn't have anything.
All right.
Let him send the bike up, Ali. The bike is leaking. What? What's up?
Oh, jeez. You guys do what you need to do. You fight if you want to fight. Once again, green does not necessarily mean go. Stoplights don't necessarily mean to stop. You just have consequences if you choose to do one or the other. You have consequences to fight or not fight. It's up to you. You make the choices. You live with the consequences. Don't be a little baby and be like, take accountability for your actions. Simple as that. It is what it is. If you want to fight, you fight.
What's up? What?
Same thing for him. It's up to you, dude. This is the consequence you get for acting like an idiot.
Well, nothing happened to your car.
Okay, go away.
What's wrong with you?
Road rage is just... I don't know. I'm just not a fan of it. Just not a big fan of it. All right, here we go. Having some fun. Going a little bit fast. We have a sharp turn up ahead. He's probably low side. There it is. Hopefully no cars coming. Okay, very good. Oh, even with a passenger, handled that. Remain calm. Let's go and see if we need to stop any major bleeds. He doesn't seem to be doing pretty good. He's standing. That's good. That's good. Now, hopefully his blood pressure doesn't drop and hit and he falls. Oh, geez. 100 and something. I see 3 digits.
Situations on the very first
Oh, we're losing traction. Maybe some oil. We blew our engine and the oil's starting to slip out, and then it's getting all over the rear tire and we're losing traction. So just like oil on the road, we're gonna have oil on our rear tire because of that. Thankfully, he kept it up. There, see, look at that. And this is why you guys, I've seen it on some forums. People are so proud of their brand new bike, made it nice and clean, and they put tire shine on their tires. Don't put tire shine on your tires on a motorcycle. They're meant for sidewalls on cars. You don't really have a sidewall, and you don't want to put anything that can make it slippery on your tire. That's what it looks like. I've seen some forum posts and people on Facebook so proud of themselves and be like, look at my sweet, sweet ride. It's all cleaned up, but I got it all tire shined. It's like, dude, what are you doing? But that's what it looks like. Now it's pissing everywhere. That's oil. That was oil. I'm just saying that's what a tire shine looks like when you do it. See, high skill, but high risk. And it's kind of dangerous. And there's the back. Back and left hip, left knee, arms, head probably hit the ground. We're having some issues. Get your ass out of my face. There's the ankles. Thankfully, he's got motorcycle boots. The back hit again. So if you're going to be doing those high-risk maneuvers on one wheel, wear gear. You do what you want. You're free to do whatever you want. It's America. Same thing. We're probably going to watch this. It just says crash incoming. So if you're going to be going high speed, if you're just going to ride a motorcycle, wear gear. Okay, simple as that. Just whatever. You saw the sign, sharp left turn coming up ahead. What are we going to do? There's the chevrons indicating it's sharp. Oh, we're scraping pegs. We're leaning the bike super far. Couldn't navigate it because we're going too fast. Stop going so fast in the corners. So if you are in a group ride like this, all communicate with each other in your cardos. Links in the description for discounts. Okay? Big discounts.
Lose a little bit of speed and tightened up again.
Man.
Huh?
Had to pass me.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had to pass.
Huh?
Passing before a corner means you're having to speed up before a corner. I mean, come on. Here we go. Slick J636. Did we just see? Oh, you're getting passed up by a cyclist? What the heck are you doing, dude?
The cyclist made a pretty big mistake trying to overtake the rider on the right shoulder, and it didn't take long to see the results.
I make these comments every now and then. I know this is a crash and close call video and all this stuff, but I like to throw some mental, intellectual, philosophical things. I'm just gonna point out this one thing here. Just because you're old does not make you smart. Just because you're old does not make you wise. Just because you're old does not mean that you learned anything in your whole life. It just means you're old. It's what you do at that time. I know 6-year-olds that are incredibly smart and smarter than most adults. It's pretty, not most, but some adults. It's pretty ridiculous. And then there's like 20-year-olds that are smarter than most. I don't say most again. They're smarter than some people that are 40. There's people that are 80 that are incredibly wise because they spent 80 freaking years learning. 80 years of life and applying life and taking accountability and all this other stuff. When I see people do something like this and they're old, I just think that you're a toddler stuck in an 80-year-old body. Or maybe he's 60, 70, I don't know. But you've never grown mentally because that was the dumbest thing I have ever seen today. And I see a lot of dumb things every day.
Trying to overtake the rider on the right shoulder.
This is dumb.
It didn't take long to see the...
Like, what made you think that was like the thing to do? That's why when people say respect your elders, it's like, I respect the simple fact that you made it to that age without dying, but I don't respect your opinions. I don't respect anybody's opinions unless I feel like they're smart, or at least they come from a position of like, this is my learned experience. This is what I've learned. This is what I've paid attention. This is how I've learned it. And this is, this is just my opinion. It's like, cool, I respect that. Doesn't mean I have to agree with it. But
result.
I don't know. All right, we're going to move on back to crashes. I want to give you a little bit of tips, a little smart, right? Dan the Fireman tips. That was dumb. Ooh. Oh, there goes the bike. It's just gone. So we just got hit by a car. This is why I wear white. I have a white helmet. It kind of helps, but man, that's one of the fears when you're riding at night. We're hard to see. Oh, speed wobble, speed wobble, speed wobble, speed wobble, speed wobble. Roll up the throttle, roll up the throttle. Ooh. How do we get to that position in the first place? We're going too fast, we hit a bump. Either suspension is not good, or rim is not good, tire PSI is not good, maybe our handle inputs are not good. It is what it is. We hit a bump. There's a bunch of different factors, but if we're speeding, those factors are amplified. Side of the pedestrian, just hit them. That will kill someone. A lot of people think, oh, it's just a bike hitting something. It's like, it's just a bike. Like, it can't do much damage. If you, like, a bike hitting a car doesn't do much damage. Just run into a wall as fast as you can. You're probably going to maybe get to like 15 miles per hour. Just run into a parked car and bounce off it. Tell me that does not hurt. Tell me you're not going to probably break your knee or tear a ligament. Just run straight at it. Just run with your feet. Now, we're going 20, 30, and we're hitting a pedestrian. You don't think that's going to do damage? So when I see something like that, that's painful. The mechanism of injury on that thing, like her right knee is probably tore up and probably a broken rib and a few other things. So when I see something like that, even if I'm the one that hit her, I'm going to be in pain, but I'm probably going to be fine because I'm wearing full gear. But let's see if I can help. And if I witness it, I'm going to help. There's some broken something there. Should she have done that? Should she have ran out? No. I don't care. It doesn't matter. It doesn't. Please tell me you applied the brakes. That was a great little clip to get me interested. Nice little hook on your video there, buddy. Good job with the brakes. Good job with the progressive braking. Good job. Ryder, what's your name? Ryder Mert35, take a seat and have a slice of pizza. Enjoy your stay. Thank you for teaching us how to do good progressive braking there. Good job. Full gear too. Love it. Smart Ryder. 120. They always like to showcase what they're doing here. It's like, let's go ahead. Yeah, look how fast I'm going. And then they crash. And they're like, oh, man, these other people are stupid. Like, I did something stupid. But they don't even think that, actually. They don't think they did anything stupid. It's like, let's post it. Motostars, can you use my video and put it in the compilation? And then here comes Dan the Fireman talking crap. And I don't even know what you're doing yet. But I know you're going 127. And I know there's no speed limit in the United States that's higher than like 85. There's the speed wobble. We just talked about it. So you're not going to have this problem if you're going the speed limit for the most part, unless you're, like I said, your suspension and everything's all screwed up. You're going to definitely have it if you're pushing it that far.
The rider heavily annoyed by
It's a perfect opportunity to practice your emergency acceleration. Go from like where you just turned on the on-ramp. Practice your emergency acceleration to get to the speed that the highway's at. That's a perfect opportunity to practice emergency acceleration. Emergency swerving, go into the parking lot or ride around and swerve around manhole covers. Very good. Emergency braking, progressive braking, I'd prefer you do that in a parking lot, but you can pretend at a stoplight coming up. You know it's a stoplight way ahead. It's like, okay, cool. So those are ways to practice when you're out riding.
the driver's behavior decided to confront him, but the bike decided.
So they just switched over. You're riding in a group ride with other cars. Just because you're not in a group ride with other motorcyclists, you're in a group ride with other cars. Stay staggered, just in case. Don't be side by side. So that's fine. It is what it is. Shift. You got to shift. Oh, he's having engine problems. Good job. Good job. Ensure your own safety. Get to the shoulder. Very nice. Oh, I think we've seen this one before. So we're going to go ahead and move past it. Ripped off that bumper. Probably hurt his foot. The car's coming out of a parking space and got hit. All right, here we go. Stop sign. Okay. Hazardous situation, intersections. Let's come up to a stop. Practice our emergency braking, progressive braking, and we fall down. New rider mistake. New rider mistake. So how do we prevent that? How do we prevent that? So she puts her left foot out. So that she's assuming she wants to put her left foot, like, to go to the left side, right? But we start falling to the right side. So when you're coming up to the stoplight and you know you want to get to the left side, which is typical because you have your right foot on the rear brake, right? So you can kind of sit on the left foot on the ground, right foot on the rear brake, and kind of just sit there. That's a typical stop. That's what you want to do. So we're coming up to here, and we know we want to put our left foot down. So just kind of lean to the, like, lean your upper body to the left. That's going to put the balance of the bike towards the left. This is my left. We're flipped around. So foot down on the left, and we're coming up. Instead of like leaning to the opposite way, which makes you go that way, start leaning this way, and it's going to make you go down that way. Okay? So probably, I was about to say that Kyla Wells 9840, we're doing a live stream here, everybody. Maybe putting too much pressure on the right peg. Yes, that's probably what's happening. So we have our left foot down, we have our right foot applying the brakes, and we're putting weight on that right peg, which is putting us to go that way. So you do that when you're doing slow speed turns to the left. So you can put counterweight on the right, turn left, and make it to where it's a sharp turn left. So I love how you're thinking. Love it. So that's probably what was happening. But we want to lean our body and put weight to the left side because we want to actually fall into the left side to put our foot down. It's the opposite of doing counterweight to where we don't fall to the left side. We put weight on the right so we can make a left-handed turn. So if you understand the principles of slow speed maneuvers, you'll understand the principles of why this happened. And once again, guys, practice 24 drills. You get a digital version, puts it right on your phone, have some fun, 5 free drills on my website. Go to the training resources tab on motorcycletrainingconcepts.com, and you'll have 5 free drills to practice this. So that's exactly it. I like that you guys are thinking. Have a slice of pizza. I love that you guys are thinking like this. So it's a new rider mistake. You start to learn. Oh, we don't know exactly why that happened. Maybe a road surface hazard. Maybe we got sideswiped. Don't really know. He does have those hand guards to keep his hands warm. So maybe there's like not snow, but ice or some kind of moisture on the ground. I almost missed that. All right, here we go. Going around a corner. Buddy hit the other buddy because they're all slowing down, not talking to each other. Everyone rescue, rescue, rescue. I want to point out, though, real quick. See the guy running across? He didn't look. He didn't look to his left before he did that. So part of rescue is remain calm. Remain calm and ensure your own safety. And then act. He did look both ways? Okay. I missed that. But it's a great thing to even say. So let's just even say that. Let's just pretend he didn't do it. He did the right thing, I guess. Let's pretend he didn't do it. So that's the whole point of rescue is to ensure your own safety. Look both ways, because if you don't look both ways and a car's coming and you get hit, now you can't rescue those riders and somebody has to rescue you. That's the whole point of remain calm and ensure your own safety. Let's see if he does look both ways. Horvath, you always point me. You always, oh, yeah, you're right. Horvath, you have better eyes than I do. All right, he did look both ways, and he jumped. That dude's a man of action. I'll give him props then. He gets some props. Look at that thing. Look at it. Oh, that scares me on his knee, though, locking that knee before he lands. Look at it. Looking both ways. But he looked both ways after he jumped. I would look both ways for... whatever. I'm going to still give it to him. All right. So he's rescuing. That dude is on the phone. It's like, dude, you call 911. That's part of rescue. Hey, you call 911. I'm helping. All right, here we go. Oh, we're going to have to swerve? No, we're turning. We're turning. Make the turn. We're going faster than everybody else. We're speeding around the corner. What are we going to do? Oh, went a little bit wide because we're going too fast. Barely made it. Okay, so that car... Okay, there's that car. This is the right lane. We're in the wrong lane. Dude, you're going around a corner in the wrong lane? So we're passing. No, we're straight up. Yeah, he's doing racing lines. We're straight up doing racing lines on a street with traffic. I was gonna say he's passing because there's that person, but like and we needed both lanes to make this turn, and we still couldn't keep it in the lanes. We had to use the shoulder. Dude, slow down. Stop. Just stop riding. That's what I mean. Stop. Just stop.
Despite the slight irritation, the rider eventually
Okay, so
decided to call me,
it's not
explain
a
the mistake to the driver.
Yeah, it's not a merge. It's a lane addition. It's fine.
That intersection is a goal, brother. You almost made me run into the back of you. Sounds good, bro.
It is what it is. I still want to maintain a good space cushion. I believe after watching thousands of these that most drivers, and I'm sure you guys see this even if you don't even watch thousands of these and you're just going out for one drive, most of the people on the road are idiots. And they don't, somehow they passed the test where they had to understand road signs and they still don't know. Like, look, yeah, he pointed out the sign.
Despite the slight
It's a lane addition. Like, give me the real term in the comments, but this isn't a merge. They're adding a new lane. So, yeah, you don't stop. You go.
the rider eventually
There's no yield sign or nothing.
decided to call me,
And he decides to do that. Now, did he do that because somebody swerved out in front of him, took his lane? I mean, I don't know. I don't see it.
They decided to call me, explain the
But
mistake to the driver.
in that situation, keep a space cushion if you need to swerve left.
That's not funny.
Yeah, on any road I'm in, there's always at least one idiot.
That intersection is a goal, brother.
I think
Almost made me run into the
Horovac,
back of you. Sounds good, bro.
are you the common denominator here? All right, blurring out our speedo, having some fun on a back road. This is a beautiful area. I don't need to be speeding to do this. That's an easy turn. Oh no! Oh no! Oh! That should wake you up and be like, I need to slow down. That's a wake-up call. Slow down. Slow down. You notice how like a lot of the problems are people just going too fast? Open lane pattern. Thank you for posting an open lane pattern video right here. Okay, it's hard to see. There we go. Right here. Open lane. This car might want to come out because they don't like being stuck behind this car. This truck might actually want to come out because they don't want to be stuck behind this car. It's just the visual pattern that you should witness. And so if that's the case, always ride staggered. And if you do want to pass, because you're like, I don't want to be stuck staggered because this guy's going slow, pass slowly. And then once you get like into that blind spot danger zone, accelerate out. And then get back to speed, just the speed limit. Because that could happen. Swerve lane, good job. New position for safety. That's the whole part of the plan method, is that we assessed and navigated this active threat and put ourselves in a new position for safety. So good job at success. Handled it. All right, here we go. Oh, found the escape. New position for safety, found the escape. Move on. Pay attention. You have a sharp turn up ahead. That's what the signs say, so pay attention. Lane splitting. We are the active threat here. We are the active threat. That, you should probably take that as a learning lesson of like, stop being an idiot. All right, Dr. Speedo again.
I turn now. Good luck, everybody else.
Good job with the brakes. We got cut off. Move on. Here we go. Going pretty fast in this area. There's the vehicle pulling out. Oh, got lucky. But that's a great visual representation of if you're not going to be able to stop in time, you must switch it to the other thing that you can do in an emergency situation. So 3 things: emergency swerve, emergency brake, emergency accelerate. So he's trying to do emergency braking, hit a lot of rear brake, started fishtailing. He's like, I'm not stopping in time. I must swerve now. So that's why you need to adjust. Now, why could he not stop in time? Why was his total stopping distance so large? Because we're speeding. So if you can reduce your speed, you reduce your total stopping distance. So you probably could have stopped in time if you're probably going the speed limit. But even then, if you're going the speed limit and this is your stopping distance and you're not paying attention, you're never going to stop in time. So you're going to try to apply the brakes here. And so then what you have to do is now swerve. So at the end of the day, the principle applies. If one is not working, you must switch to the other. And so he did a good job there. The bad thing, I don't want to say bad, but the thing that he could improve on, there we go, is slow down. He swerved. I'll give him that. He didn't panic. Okay. It's fun, I get it, but it's kind of retarded. It's not smart. That's all you. You think you're cool. I get it. All of a sudden, side of the vehicle. Side of the vehicle. Swerved out of the way. Yeah, he's doing it slow. Good job with the swerve. Got it. But that's the side of the vehicle pattern to prepare you, like, I probably need to do one of the 3 things. So that's why you need to have the visual before the action. We did the open lane pattern to somebody, and then you're gonna get mad at this person. That was your fault, motorcycle man. Almost crashed into McLaren. Oh, your insurance would be pissed. Oh, we went a little bit too fast, I bet, going around that corner, and we went wide. What's gonna happen? There it is. Too fast around the corner. Went a little bit wide. Good job keeping it up, but slow it down. So I think maybe what's happening here is that we're trying to catch up to our buddies. And so we sped up on the straightaway, not anticipating the corner. And they're doing their speed. They're doing fine. So it's like they can make the corner easy, but we sped up to catch up. And that's the whole point of wearing a cardo system with your group riding buddies and say, hey, I can't keep up with you guys. I'll meet you where we're supposed to meet up. I'll meet you at the restaurant or the pub or Jeffrey's house. That's where we're going, right? Okay, cool. Yeah, you guys have fun. I can't keep up with you. And then they might say, like, we're going to slow down for you. Like, this way you're not putting yourself in this situation. That's what we're trying not to do. So got very lucky. Thank you so much, MotoStars, for putting that video on. But thank you guys for being here. Grab a slice of pizza, and I'll see you on the next live stream. Boom, boom. We got another one. Oh my gosh, we only got 2 done. All right, we have 2 really good. We have 2 really good, like, educational ones. This is a new one 4 days ago. I'm going to try not to explain so much of the plan method. I get it. Everyone enjoys it. But we're going to try to power through this one. Have some fun with it. Okay? So 3, 2, 1. All right, everybody, let's watch this MotoStars video. Let's take a look. Let's see what happens so we don't make the same mistakes. If you're brand new to riding or returning to riding, pay attention. So passing on the right, we didn't have much of a space cushion to the left or the right. We couldn't do much other than the 3 things, right? We can accelerate out, brake, or swerve. We couldn't really swerve, so we should probably accelerate out or not do that in the first place. Oh! Okay, well, let's see what happened here. So we're all speeding pretty fast around this corner. We're in the mountains. We're having fun with our friends, and somebody crashes. So this is where we need to learn how to rescue. If everything failed, there's a crash. So we remain calm, sure on safety, stop major bleeds, quickly assess severity. There's the back side of the card. It's an actual card. So if you want to get the card, it comes with the full motorcycle training system, which comes with the rescue booklet and a bunch of other stuff. Free shipping for the books, by the way. Free shipping for this and the cones if you are in the United States. The whole point is to prevent this. So he's going super fast, and he low-sided right there in the corner. And now we're going to hit the guardrail, and it's going to be massive injuries already from that. And we couldn't see it ahead of time. We were just kind of going through it. Crashing into our buddy is going to create even more issues. Now we are crashed, and we are possibly injured. Hopefully not too bad, so we can at least help him out. But if now there's 2 people that are injured. So hopefully your group ride has a trauma kit. Hopefully your group ride has some medical knowledge. Maybe you need a whole new group ride in the first place so you guys don't act like idiots like this. So that's a terrible situation. So if you're brand new and you're returning to riding, this isn't the type of group you want to be a part of. So kind of the same thing here, going a little bit too fast around the corner, went up and over the guardrail. It's the same scenario here. Slow it down. It's better to go into the corner slower than you think you need to than to try to slow down in the middle of the corner. So how did that happen? So we're getting up to here. It was a blind crest of the hill. Where does the corner go? I don't know, but I'm going fast. So he endoed right there. Look, he endoed. So he applied a ton of front brake and just went up and over. And then right here, we're going to apply a bunch of rear brake. Watch. So now we're fishtailing. We're not going to make the corner. I'm sure there was a sign back there saying there was a sharp left turn coming up ahead. So that's why you need to pay attention to signs. So part of planning your ride is locating hazardous situations. Corners are hazardous. So if you know you're going to the mountains, you're going to be doing corners. You're entering a hazardous area. So focus on signs. Focus on road debris. Focus on your speed. Put yourself in a position for safety. Oh, no. So she is not wearing any gear. Bloob Shark, that's the name. I was trying to get the Bloob Shark. So I don't know if she's one of those TikTok riders that has a link in the bio. But up and over, so what? Same thing, we grabbed too much front brake. It actually grabbed traction. We just grabbed it and it stopped. And so there is the hands first, face first, chest first, shoulder first, all that stuff hitting the ground and braking. And then the bike is going to land right on her ankle maybe, and up and over, lots of damage. But no gear. No gear. Pay attention, everybody. All right, passing on the right, we have no room. We can't swerve left, can't swerve right. We can only apply the brakes. We hit something on the ground, road surface hazard, maybe slam the brake and lost traction and control. We have just a bunch of dum-dums in this video. Lost his shoe, being dumb on the rain. He said it. Being dumb in the rain, went down again. Okay. Passing on the corner. Okay, we have a sharp left turn up ahead. We probably shouldn't have done the wheelie there. Went right to the sign that we're paying attention to. 200 kilometers an hour. That was 124 miles per hour. Here we go. We're slowing down finally. So we have a car coming up ahead. We're going to hit them because we couldn't see that car because we're going faster than the braking distance our headlight allows. So we're going to just not pay attention here. Just slam into the back of it. Guys, pay attention. Part of planning a ride is locating hazardous situations. Are we the hazard? Are we the active threat? Slow it down.
Few mistakes started piling up. He just couldn't regain control of the bike.
Okay, so we're just, what are we doing?
Oh my God.
What? Did we just freeze? What did Motostar say?
The speed was definitely too high for that section, and once those
So it's just speed was too high. Yeah, all rear brake. He's just using rear brake.
started piling up, he just couldn't.
Look at no front brake, no front brake, no front brake, no front brake. He's not, now he's using it barely.
Oh my God.
It was all rear brake. Rear brake is only going to give you 20% of your braking power. And it's going to get reduced and reduced and reduced and reduced the more you apply it, because the more you slow down, the front end goes down. So now you're having less traction on that rear tire, and most of it's on the front tire. Don't be scared of using the front brake. Part of the book, at least on chapter 9, when we're going over the emergency braking for the motorcycle operator skills test, we're doing the quick stop. You get in love with your front brake. We practice the front brake in the neighborhood before you even leave the neighborhood. You learn how to ride. not knowing anything, you learn how to ride, minimum gear, how to play with your bike, all that stuff in the neighborhood, and I take you out on the road to get to a parking lot to practice, you know, your skills test for the test, for your license. We should not be going this fast if we're scared of using the front brake. The front brake has all the power.
Control.
What are we doing?
Oh my God.
We had plenty of time to apply some type of brakes. Now we have a dent. All right, we're super far behind. Why did they crash? We don't know, but we can rescue. We can rescue. Hopefully we can do something. First, we got to remain calm and ensure our own safety. Oh, that's why we crashed. Okay. Buddy crashed into us. That's why communication is very important, and having a formation prevents a lot of stuff. If we're just doing whatever we want, there's chaos. Count that loot. Having some fun with our friends. We're all doing super wide turns, getting around this one car. Oh, slip and sliding. I don't know if it was too much rear brake or there's oil on the road. Great U-turn. Probably was practicing the Smart Rider drills. All right, going pretty fast around here. Can't see much, but I bet you there's a corner coming up ahead. Oh, did not see that car. Got very lucky. Applied the brakes to regain traction. Good job. Oh, she did not do good on that one. All right. Tram tracks. Go over them with intention. Don't just kind of cruise and slowly go over them because your tire is going to get stuck inside the little tram track. If you're getting close to tram track, just go. Just go. Because this is what happens. Yoink. Right shoulder. Easily break a collarbone doing that. All right, here we go.
Jennifer clearly hated lane splitting, but he couldn't stop the rider from getting past.
Oh, I hate when cars do that. It is Texas. I don't think you're allowed to lane split, but I don't think it's also the car's responsibility to do that. I don't think it's legal in Texas. Write in the comments if it is. It's
Hater, you ain't got nothing on me.
ain't got nothing on me. Okay, also illegal. Also illegal to do that. All right, here we go. There's deer.
We've been trying to contact you regarding your...
Good swerve. Good swerve. Did what he needed to do and swerved into the next lane when it was safe. Back into a new position for safety. Okay. Oh! The music is so dramatic. All right, so we're coming up to an intersection. I want to see the original view. All right. We're tucked in. We're just trying to, I think we're just going a little fast. We're trying to go fast. When you're going into an intersection, that's when we're supposed to be locating that it's an intersection. It's a hazard. So let's watch out for any vehicles coming out. Let's not focus on doing this. Let's sit up and be like, what's going on? Get ready to swerve, brake. See, that's a different view. I don't know. He was going 10. So I'll take it back. He was going 10 miles an hour. Or she, I don't know. Yeah, that's a weird transition. I don't know. All right, here we go. What are we doing? Get off the shoulder. You didn't show what happened beforehand. Why were you side by side looking at the driver beforehand? Why would he want to do that? Why are you on the shoulder? Motorcycle riders, if you're going to instigate or create problems or be a part of a group ride that has an ego and you only show this part, it does tell me very specifically that you might have been the problem. At least show the full context so we can at least make a judgment call for ourselves. But when you do this, it automatically makes me think you were the problem. Do I want you to crash and die? No. No. But you were probably the problem on that. And now he's going to do the same thing. All right, we're at a track. This is the one place you want to practice those high-speed maneuvers. And if you low side, not a big deal because look at that runoff. It's still painful, but you have full gear. But you have a runoff. Same thing here. Should you guys have hit each other? No. You can have your own fights after that, but there's a big runoff. Look at that parking lot. This is a perfect parking lot for the Smart Rider drills. Look how much room you have. Just get permission or If they tell you to leave, leave. All right, we're watching the car. Good swerve. Was not anticipating that. Guess what could possibly go wrong? Explanation in the description. Okay. What could possibly... Oh, we went too fast in the corner. We went wide. Could be air bubbles, moisture in the brake fluid, fluid fade, or even the rubber brake lines expanding into the heat, or we're just going too fast. Because if we weren't going too fast, we probably would not have needed to trail brake. We probably would not have needed to apply the brakes in the middle of the turn to just navigate the turn. If you need brakes in the middle of a turn to make the turn, you're going too fast entering the turn. If you're trying to do the skill consistently of trail braking, and that's how you ride, you go fast in the corners and you use trail braking to slow down in the corners so you can make the corner and you can do all that stuff, perfectly fine. If that's the case, then yeah, maybe this is the thing, because that's what you normally do. That means that if you're going to be taking the higher risk of going fast in the corner, applying the brakes, this means that you need to be making sure that your bike is in tip-top shape before entering or before getting on the bike. You should be doing it anyways, but you should definitely be making sure. Because if you're reliant on your brakes to make corners, like in the middle of the corner, you're taking higher risks, which means you need to take higher precautions. Or you could just not go fast in the corners. Oh, loop the bike. Yeah, boy. Oh, left leg, left shoulder. Are we okay? All right, we have a sharp turn coming up ahead. Hopefully the quad can make it. Oh, never mind. We're not going to make it. He just wanted a shortcut to get with everybody else. Why did you choose the curb to go over? Oh, we're just trying to rush out of there, huh? All right, here we go. Oh, almost hit a goat. Wheelie time. Having some fun. Gonna loop it a little bit. Maybe break our coccyx. Not a fun day. Oh, geez. Okay, side by side. Don't like it. Either accelerate out or apply the brakes, let them in. Thankfully, they made the choice to actually get back. Okay. These people are fun. No, it is what it is. You don't need to say nothing. Nice little slow speed U-turn, though. Why'd we turn around?
Бля, братан, ти реально зараз хочеш доїбатися? Гарного дня тобі.
Different. It's just different. That's a... What the heck is going on? What the heck is going on? What's your problem, lady?
You had like 10 feet. I went around you.
Once again, I think if you're only going to show this part and not the other part, I think you might be the problem.
No, you didn't. You should have put your indicator on and waited.
Then again, I don't really...
You're gonna die on your butt.
I don't believe anybody.
Like that.
I would, bro.
If I wasn't looking, you would have.
No.
Yes.
So you can't put the context here without showing it. You were obviously filming the whole time. You didn't flip up your visor, turn on the camera now. You've been filming this whole time. And so why can't you just post that with this so that we can see for ourselves? You're making me like, I don't know you. I don't know if I can trust you. Like,
no, it's on camera in my mirrors. Go away.
If it's on camera, I want to see it. Moments before disaster in 4 different fonts. Here we go. Going pretty fast. We blew something there. Okay, there. Not good. We're going to get oil all over our rear tire. You might need to pull over, buddy. You're starting to realize that when you give it throttle, you're not getting as much power? Okay. There was no disaster there. All right. What are we doing? All right. Lane split. Good swerve. Be very careful when you're lane splitting because of things like that. So don't speed the lane split. You're already going faster than everybody else. All right. Wheelie time. Okay, right in front of an intersection. That's very smart because you might need to adjust your speed because of people like this. They switched from the left turn lane to the middle. Just because they got in front of you doesn't mean they can't do that. You don't have to get so pissed off. You're just mad because they made you slow down. All right, blind corner. Oh, good job finding the space cushion and the escape. What are you doing?
What do you want to do, buddy?
It's like a little kid.
Call your dad. Let me beat him up. How about that? Give me okay?
Kids have like,
Got it.
it's one thing, like I said in the other video, I don't necessarily respect my elders. I respect opinions. But I also don't do stupid stuff like this to show disrespect. I don't show disrespect first because I don't like you can choose not to respect somebody and not disrespect them. It's not one or the other. It's like I don't respect you, therefore I disrespect you. I disrespect you, therefore I don't respect you. I think that's more the case, but like you could just choose not to be an idiot.
Fake essential sweatshirt.
All right, buddy almost crashed. All right. Well, thank you, Motostars. I appreciate that. So those of you that want to learn how to ride a motorcycle, get the Smart Rider Motorcycle Training System, free shipping international, or not, sorry, free shipping in the United States, not international. There's also 5 free drills linked in the description, or just go to motorcycletrainingconcepts.com, click the training resources, boom, it's right there. Check it out. Hope you guys ride safe, be safe, don't act like an idiot. There's a bunch of dum-dums in that one. Wait, this one's a day ago. Which ones did we... This is the first one we did today. Let's see. That was 8 days ago. This one was the second video. 6 days ago. This was the third video. Did they come out with 4 videos in a week? That's the most. They usually only do like 1 or 2. Yeah. This one just came out yesterday. Interesting. Because then this one's 2 years ago. Yeah. Yeah, we have to catch up with Motostars. We got to catch up with the Motostarses. 2/3 of the videos today are just stupid and dangerous. Exactly, ham on wheels. Shouldn't that make you feel pretty confident about riding a motorcycle then? Right? Like when if most of the crashes and close calls that we typically see and they're willing to actually post them on the internet, because imagine this is like a very small fraction, like percentage. Let's use percentages. This is a very small percentage of people that are proud enough to post it. Now imagine the vast, vast majority still do this, but not post it. And that in of itself is a smaller subset, smaller percentage of all motorcycle riders, because the motorcycle riders that don't crash or even want to post it are just kind of cruising and chilling, right? See you later, Moto Gaga. It's always nice to see you in here. So if you could just be part of the vast, vast silent majority that don't post these things, and all you do is chill and ride, you should be good. And so when it comes to actually watching these people do these things, I'm thankful. Not because I get to make videos, but I'm thankful that they post it, because that we can learn from these things. I don't have to get into a close call to learn. I can watch somebody get into a close call and learn. I can watch somebody get into a crash and learn. Right? Yeah, riding a motorcycle should be chill. Like you're just chilling. Chilling. All right, let's just try to power. Well, this is also a new one. I like to not power through the new ones because the new ones are new. I like to power through the old ones. That's kind of, I think that's like the system that I got going on, is the new ones we pay attention to. And the old ones we just like boom, 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 you know, try not to pause, because like these will be the old ones in a year. And then we could just go do, 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 do. So every new one we pay attention to. And it's just like this, it rotates. It rotates. I love getting invoices from my bookkeeper. I love getting invoices. 1 second. Let me take a look. All right. I see some of you guys are getting the free download. So if you're just now joining, there is a free download. Go to Motorcycle Trading Concepts. I'll put it in the description or in the chat. Go to motorcycletradingconcepts.com. Okay. So you go to motorcycletradingconcepts.com. This is the website. So this shows the whole system, like what you get with it and everything like that. That's for the books. Free shipping. This is you get digital with everything, right? But if you go to the top and you go to training resources, and you scroll down, you can get free U-turn drills. So in the resources, I have like 4 really good resources: gear, the MSF test, how to buy a motorcycle, how to ride a motorcycle. Okay. Right here. Free U-turn drills. You click that and you get free drills. Okay. Free PDF download. But like I said, if you want to get the book and the training, this is what you get. Okay. Digital, print, complete, but all of them come with the digital. So even if you get the print, you get the digital too. And there's free shipping on all orders in the United States. So you don't have to pay for shipping, but you get everything and a rescue card. And a rescue card. Boom. That's what it looks like on the phone. Remember when Dan the Fire Goyam told you to get vaxxed? Wow. Thank you for subscribing, because I do have it on subscribers only. So I appreciate you subscribing, but I think we're getting to the point now where you should probably unsubscribe. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and hide you on the channel because you're retarded. Sorry, that was somebody in the chat. Fire Goyam. Let me guess, I don't know, whatever. Here we go, guys. We're going to jump into this one. 3, 2, 1. Hey everybody, let's go ahead and jump into this MotoStars video. Let's take a look at some of these idiots riding motorcycles, but the whole point is that we're going to try to learn from their mistakes, and we're trying to learn from some of the successes they have. So as stunt riders, you have to have a lot of skill, but you take a lot of risks like that. So make sure you wear full gear as part of a smart rider. We're acquiring and using personal protective equipment. The main thing is, though, is seeking and maintaining. We're going to be going over the rescue stuff, too, if we see some of that stuff in here. And it's all part of the motorcycle training system that I have, the Smart Rider Motorcycle Training System. I have multiple books, everything here. It comes all in one package and a rescue card. So links will be in the description for that. Free shipping in the United States for the printed books. There's a digital version. Get some really cool stuff. Lots of cool things. Check out the links in the description if you need anything. So we're going to be using that information from the books on these channel or on this channel in this video and trying to figure out what they did right and what they did wrong. And right now it looks like a giant mob ride. It looks like a giant mob ride, pure chaos. you got to be paying attention. We're going to be using the plan method for this whole thing. So right now, this is a hazardous situation. Stay away from it. Just stay away from it. If you're a brand new rider, don't participate in these. So I witnessed 2 riders go down on the freeway, and it happened fast. 1 second, we were moving smooth, and next, it turned to chaos. So we might have to rescue, okay? That's why it's important that we know how to rescue. Let's take a look and see what happens. It happens fast. All right, so it happened way up ahead. There's people on the ground. There's 2 people. There's another injury. Remain calm, ensure on safety, pull off on the side of the road, and double check these people. So everyone's remaining calm. Now we are ensuring our own safety. Remain calm. If your adrenaline's spiking, control your breathing. If you have a trauma kit, this is where it's very important. So if you have a backpack, don't worry about this. I care about the rider.
Call him. Call him.
Okay, there's some road rash right there. You see that? So there's no major bleeds so far, but there's road rash and there's a little bit of tearing on the inside of the leg, probably some hip, shoulder, and all that other stuff. So road rash will let me know that that's a little bit of bleeding. It's capillary and it kind of stops itself pretty quick, but there is road rash and stuff like that. So the clothing can actually, hide a laceration. So I would want to be like, I don't believe that you guys should be doing this and all this stuff, but I care about you as a human. I'm gonna double check you. Can I check? It's like I was a firefighter. I did da. You can just explain all that stuff. Let me see if there's any major bleeds. And with your trauma kit, you have stuff. Okay, so if he's bleeding out and he's like too embarrassed, like, nah, dude, I'm okay, and he's like bleeding out and he doesn't want to say anything. He's like, I'm okay. It's like, dude, let me check. Let me stop that bleed. Let me go ahead and put at least a bandage or 4x4 and some roll gauze or something. Let me do something. That's what I care about. Okay, and I know you guys are looking at her. You guys weren't even paying attention. You guys need to stop. Okay, settle down.
We're gonna push it that way. We're gonna load it up in that guy's truck.
Settle down. Oh, we're gonna talk about this one a little bit. All right, so what happened? Intersections. What do we do at intersections, everybody? Ooh, that's an interesting looking view. What do we do at intersections? Dude's vaping. All right. It's an intersection because there is a side road. Okay, we just passed these vehicles to get into the open lane. We might talk about the open lane pattern a little bit more, but that's part of planning your ride and locating hazardous situations. Same thing with corners and intersections. We're looking for sides of the vehicles and open lane patterns. We participated in it this time. We're going 101 kilometers per hour probably. That's about 60 miles per hour. This does not look like a 60 mile per hour area. So this car decides to pull out because they saw that there's nothing there. They're going to make a right-handed turn. It is what it is. We're passing. Now, 3 things we can do as riders on a motorcycle. Gross motorcycle skills, 3 things. We can swerve, we can brake, we can accelerate. So swerving is an emergency maneuver. Emergency braking is an emergency maneuver. Emergency acceleration is an emergency maneuver. What's the non-emergency versions? Turning, going, slowing down, and stopping. See, gross motor skills. So you just do one faster and harder when it comes to emergency maneuvers. That's why you need to practice those so you understand how to do it. So in this situation, we're going to go ahead and try to swerve. We're not doing it very well. We're trying to brake too at the same time. We were going 100, now we're going 60. We dropped 40 kilometers an hour. So if we were maybe going 60 originally, and we dropped it another 20, 30, we might have been able to stop in time. So you see how speed is a factor in this? So if you're looking at this, let's go ahead and use logic. Let's bring it all the way back to the first principle of this. Don't go fast. Don't go faster than the flow of traffic. Don't speed when you should not be speeding. You wouldn't probably have a lot of these problems. You still have to do emergency braking, swerving, and acceleration, one of those 3, but it would be easier if you weren't speeding. That's what we're learning from a lot of these crashes and close calls. If we just ride reasonably, right, KPR rider, we might be able to handle a lot of these close calls and possible crashes with good skill. Don't make yourself the problem. Wear gear, because now look at how much pain he's in. Sounds like we have something broken on our machine on the next one. All right, what do we got here? Intersection, anybody turning left? There it is. All right. So, once again, planning our ride. Locating hazardous situations. Corners and intersections are one of the major areas that we crash outside of hitting a random pothole or if you're a woman hitting a curb. Okay? So here we have an intersection. Typically, left turners come out in front of us. They typically do that. Typically, right turners come out in front of us. We're in the left lane, so a left turner coming out in front of us, even if we're in the right lane, is pretty scary. Once again, what are the 3 things we can do? Emergency brake, emergency swerve, emergency accelerate. If we're coming up to an intersection, we know that there's a possibility. Maybe I'm covering the brakes before I enter the intersection. Just in case somebody does do this, I am ready. And I'm ready. Maybe I'll even roll off the throttle a little bit and kind of coast through it and let engine braking handle a lot of the stuff. So maybe I'm from 40 miles an hour to 35 entering the intersection. I already got weight on the front tire because it's engine braking. So now when I apply the brakes, the progressive braking becomes a little bit easier. And so I'm able to stop in time, and I'm actually going a little bit slower. And then once I exit the intersection, because nothing happened, I'll just go and accelerate back. Not a big deal. And I do that for every single intersection. I do that in my car. I do that on the motorcycle. I don't know. It's kept me safe. It's part of the Smart Rider motorcycle training system. Try it out. If you're brand new, it's definitely going to help out. Definitely going to help out. Overall, it sucks. That's the thing. It sucks. I feel for this rider. I want you guys to not make these mistakes. We definitely hit some dirt. This is why we don't go into the gore area. So the gore area, let's take a look. This is the gore area. Let's go back just a little bit. I love that everyone's putting it in like a vertical format. So we have the off-ramp and we have the highway. And then we have that area that does this in between. This is the gore area. You're not supposed to be there. It's illegal to cross in that. And okay, cool. That's the consequence legality-wise, right? Consequence, when it comes to just anything else, is that since nobody goes there, nobody's kicking away the dirt and the debris. And it collects and collects and collects in that area. So if you're trying to apply emergency braking, because like you got pushed out or you want to make the exit, but now you freaked out and you target fixated, right, KP Rider? Maybe you target fixated on the problem up ahead versus the solution, which is going to probably just turn off, or the solution maybe just stay on. So we're trying to brake on an area where there's a lot of road debris. Make the choice to swerve. Probably was staring at the sign. All right, here we go. Nice and stopped. Hopefully nobody just tip-taps us.
That everything happened way too fast to avoid the crash. The driver
okay, maybe not.
Didn't even look, just slammed into him and simply drove off.
Yeah, somebody rear-ending you is not a fun thing. Oh. Ow, that would hurt. So right here, getting boxed in. Instead of staying, we're going 25, 25, 25, 25, 25. 26, like we're maintaining our speed. So how did we not see that? And it happened so quick.
And simply drove off.
As soon as I see that the person crosses the line, look at the front tire on the car or on the van. See how it crosses that line? You can tell with your peripheral vision if they're getting closer or not. That's usually what grabs your eyes. It's like something's moving. It's like, oh, shouldn't be there. And then you do that, right? Like somebody's trying to hit you, they're like pretending, they're like, it's the same thing here. As soon as I see that, I know I can't accelerate forward because of that car, and I know I can't swerve right. So the only option I have is to apply good progressive brake pressure to let them in. So what we typically see with this kind of stuff is people are fighting for their lane. You're not going to win. You're not going to win. I've seen thousands of these. You're not going to win. I've never seen anybody win. The only time this is ever solved and is like not a problem is the car driver realize what they're doing. I don't trust that they're always going to realize what they're doing because I've also seen this. So I'm going to trust myself and be like, I'm realizing what you're doing and I'm going to do what I need to do. And I'm going to apply the brakes. I waited a little bit too long. So that's why in intersections, you're paying attention and you're locating and assessing and you're navigating if you need to. Now, when it comes to corners like this, we are passing our buddy. We're passing right before a right-handed turn up ahead. That is not a smart move. we're supposed to be locating that it's a corner coming up ahead. Maybe we should enter the corner at an appropriate speed, but if we're passing somebody, that means we're speeding up right before the corner. And it's a blind spot. Or it's a blind turn. And he was just speeding and just couldn't navigate the corner. On a different corner, but still, look at that. Oh, geez. Time to rescue. What do we got here? Anybody want to pop out? Oh, maybe we're just not paying attention. Lady. Left hand, probably painful. You just smacked it. Nice nails, probably broke them on the other hand. Not paying attention. That's kind of your fault. So we're just kind of like cruising. Why don't you have a glove on the right hand? There's a car. So let's say you're not paying attention. You're just vibing to music, which is fine. You can vibe to music and focus and zone in. I mean, I don't sit there in the gym just being like, like dancing. I'm not doing that in the gym. I have like freaking Mudvayne playing. I have Deftones sometimes. You know, I listen to some music and it's like locked in and I'm working. I'm focused. Here, we're not doing that. There's a car stopped right in front of you. That's the first problem. First principle on that one. That's the first problem. But let's say you got caught out. Ah, crap. Don't panic. You have an escape right there to the right. Escape. Swerve. Didn't. Wheelie time. All right. Hopefully you can drop it in time. Oh, maybe not like that. Oh, broker coccyx. C-O-C-C-Y-X. Google it. If you want to, Google what a broken one looks like. We'll safe search off. I don't recommend it. It's your tailbone. All right, here we go. Nice, easy, chill ride around the corner. Not a big deal. Hey, we're just all kind of just chilling. Oh, but buddy crashed. New rider. Maybe we're just cruising, just chilling. New rider. This is why you wear full gear, especially as a new rider. You're taking a high risk because you have low skill. So hopefully you have gear to mitigate that. So that sucks. All right, here we go. Going 100 kilometers an hour. That is 60 miles an hour-ish. Supposed to be going 40. You saw that sign? Yeah, we have a sharp left turn. Pay attention to signs.
Next turn was just too much for the rider.
Pay attention to signs. We're increasing our speed, 112 now. Went a little bit too fast, too fast. Oh, there it is. So, I don't know what it is that we need to do. Like, I'm showing you guys this kind of stuff, and I'm hoping these types of people are watching. I don't know what it is that the government needs to do. I mean, it's telling you, hey, dude, people on the roads, 40, please. Recommended 40, because trust me. Just trust me. It's hard to trust the government. I get it. Just trust me, 40 is going to be a good thing to do. Okay, I'm letting you know way ahead of time. Well, I'm going to go 100. Okay. All right. Well, here's the next thing. I'm going to let you know, hey, guess what? There's a corner coming up ahead, and it's recommended 40 kilometers an hour. It even says it right there. You can maybe see it. It's a little bit blurry here. I don't know why it's blurry here. But it says 40. It's like sharp turn. I'm letting you know again, 40. Okay, cool. You know, I'm going to ignore it.
The next turn
in fact, I'm going 109 right now.
It's too much for the rider.
Let's go ahead and increase the speed to 112. Oh, now I got to slow down. Maybe I should have paid attention to going 40. I don't know what else to tell you guys. I don't know what to tell you. Can we learn from this? Can we learn from this?
Over just because I don't have a tag right now.
Oh. Dumped it. Oh, geez. Stopped and leaned a little bit too far. Tall bike for the person. It is what it is. Talking on their cardos. We have links in the description for cardos. You want to check it out? Okay, we're at a track. What did I do wrong? Only wrong answers. Okay, let's take a look. So only wrong answers for every... What did she do wrong? Only wrong answers. I can't even, I don't know. My brain doesn't work that way. I can't even come up with one. I can't even come up with the wrong answer because I'm always right. Just kidding. Wrong hair color. There we go. Thank you, KPR Rider. All right, so we're just cruising. We have a roundabout, crash alert. Oh, not paying attention. The guy that was right behind us created that problem. But this is also why we don't ride so close to each other. All right, looks like we are in California. Oh, no. All right, already I know, just based off of that right there. So more than likely, we're going to find out, but more than likely, coming around and hit. So they're coming around, low-sided. Looks like the rider is right here and the bike kept going and here. So we're going too fast around the corner. Yep. Let's take a look. We're going to do a nice little U-turn or just, oh, yep, nice little U-turn, practice the U-turns.
Everyone
using the smart rider drills. Good job on going back and actually trying to rescue just in case. I like that. I like that. That's going to be tough.
Lift the rear up.
Yeah. Oh, it's not wedged. That's good.
Oh, my bad.
All right, here we go. Riding with a group.
Away for literally 1 second, and that was all
That's all it takes.
to make a
Yep,
huge
I know. I
mistake.
said that, Motostars. Oh, hit the chicks. That's not how you're supposed to hit on chicks, everybody. So that's all it took. So think about that. One lapse of judgment is all it takes. Now, you can do a lapse of judgment every now and then and be like, oh, okay, cool. I didn't know I was having highway hypnosis, riding down the highway. Thankfully, nothing happened. Oh, cool, nothing happened. Something could. And this is one of those cases where something can happen. It just happens because we're not paying attention. So what does that tell us that we should be doing? I think it's common sense at this point. We should be paying attention. Now, how can you easily stay and pay attention? When I'm driving my vehicle, like my sweet Chrysler Pacifica van, one thing I was taught as a teenager is to rotate between side mirror, rear view mirror, side mirror, straight. Side mirror, rear view mirror, side mirror, straight. It's like this pattern to keep you energized of like, I'm doing a routine while I'm driving when there's nothing happening. And so when it comes to riding a motorcycle, do the same thing. Side mirror, look forward, side mirror, look forward. Position for safety, locating hazards. Position for safety, locating hazards. Any threats? No? Okay, cool. Cool. Position, locate, assess. Position, locate, assess. Oh, an active threat? Navigate to a new position, locate, assess. Position, locate, assess. Keeps you focused. Oh, my Lanta. Here we go. Oh, did somebody crash up ahead? No. Okay, we have a turn coming up, so we started paying attention, focusing, but not making the turn whatsoever. Hey, we found an escape. Meant to do that. All right, here we go. Yelling, stop, stop, stop in my Cardo. Hey, link in the description for a discount. That's exactly why, outside of music and turn-by-turn navigation, when it talks to you, having your phone on the mount, I have Rockform. There's Cardo and Rockform discounts in the description. But that's another thing. If you're riding with groups, somebody's yelling, stop, 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 stop. I would prefer you saying, there's people on the road, people on the road, people on the road. Gives you a little bit something to look for. Idiots on the road. Idiots on the road. Darwin Award. Yeah, where's some gear? Here we go. Changing lanes, switching lanes. Oh, my Lanta. We have random people in the road. Get out of the road, you dummy. And that's not fun. So we get up to here. Located hazard situation. It's a relevant threat. It becomes an active threat. I'm going to go ahead and slow down. Okay. And look how quick it takes to switch. Okay, now we passed the issue. We must get back into locating because we're still traveling. We must get to locating and assessing and navigating. We have a car turning in front of us. We're not locating the new hazards that are in front of us because we're paying attention to the wrong things. We're being distracted. Pay attention to what's up front, up front, up front. It's no longer in our path of travel, no longer my problem. Switch lanes in front of us. Good job with the brakes. Can't listen to that music because it's probably copyrighted. Hey, yeah. All right. Why do we pull out without looking and then look mad like it's my fault in the roundabout? Okay, so they're supposed to yield. It is what it is. Good job on the brakes. Good job on the brakes. Let them be mad. Let them be mad. It is what it is. They're being dumb. But you just move on. Oh. Corner. Corner crash.
I literally, most of the crash I was on top.
There's the corner. Too fast.
For the bike, and then. Oh.
Yep. Okay, at that point, let's go ahead and move off. Remain calm. Ensure your own safety. It looks like everybody's not bleeding out, so we don't have to do that. Here we go. Don't mess with your phone too much. Get yourself a rock form. It stays locked in. Ooh, hit a bump. A little bit of a wobble.
He might have been too close to the car, but
So this right here, the new book that I'm developing, it's going to be part of the whole thing. It's going to basically be all these books combined. So get the Smart Rider system now. You'll get digital updates as they come up. You get lifetime digital updates. But what I'm going to be doing is street strategy. So I'm going to go over all these different scenarios. And one of the scenarios I really wanted to put in here was parking lot awareness, because you guys go into parking lots all the time. Treat it like it's the road. I want you to treat the parking lot like it's the road, a neighborhood like it's a road. A lot of people think, hey, I'm in a neighborhood, not a big issue, not a big deal. That's usually where people crash. Like right when they're coming home, boom, there's the crash because they're comfortable, complacent. Nothing ever happens in the neighborhood. Nothing ever happens in a parking lot. It always happens out on the main roads. No, things can happen here. And so this is why I really want to get you a video on parking lot awareness. And exactly, every space is an intersection. So it's a high alert situation. You are, no matter what, in a hazardous situation. So now it's not I'm locating, it's I'm assessing all the time. I'm assessing. It's almost like you're riding in frickin' India. It's always hazardous. You have to assess every single time. So let's see what happens.
And did everything in a hurry.
Oh, people backing up.
Wait a minute.
So,
ain't right.
Yeah, I love that. That's going to be a point that I'm going to be mentioning. I'm going to put it back right there. What does that indicate? It means they're backing up. Those are the backup lights. And right, good positioning. So here's what I'm going to point out.
Right.
So once you see that, we're in a position. We're not right behind. KPR rider, you need to be quiet. You keep answering everything. Go ahead and eat a slice of pizza. Play with the crayons in the back. I see you in the chat. Guys, if you don't know, we're doing a live stream here, and he keeps answering all the questions before I can get to it. Keeps yelling them out. You get a whole large pizza by yourself. Now, here's the thing. Exactly. It's okay, KP, right? You can keep doing that. It's fine. He says swerve left. So we're in a good position. We're not in the position right here that people typically stay in. We get backed up, we can't do nothing. So he put himself in a position for safety, just like if you're at an intersection. This is how I like to park at intersections. So the person's backing up. What do? That's it. That's it. See, right there, that's an impact. Our front tire is inside the fender right now if we were right behind him. So that's why we do that. Now, the worst thing that can happen here is, our leg gets hit, peg gets hit, maybe the side of the fender. But that's why I was saying, do slow speed to get out of it. But yeah, this is exactly it.
What is wrong?
Bruh.
I'm literally right in her mirror.
Yeah, they don't look at the mirrors, though. They don't look at the mirrors. All right. Oh, open lane pattern. I love to see it. So we're cruising here. Why did the motorcycle switch over? Why did the motorcycle rider switch over to the right lane? Because he didn't want to be stuck behind the car, right? Yeah, so if he did that, right? What do you think the car might want to do for the car in front of him? So how all of a sudden it jump cutted. It jump cut. He's in the far right. We're not there. Now we're in there. So why did the car switch over? This is open lane pattern. So if you witness the car in front of you is stuck behind a car that's slow or stopped, and there's an open lane right next to them, they're going to want to go into the lane next to them because it's open. They don't want to be stuck. And so they're going to do it quickly, with or without looking. Even if they do look, they're not going to see you for some reason. You know, it might be called, you know, something. I don't even know. But they're going to jump out. And so what do? We anticipate that they might jump out, so we find escape paths, or we are very cautious, passing them. Good job with the brakes. Keep your feet on the pegs. All right. Oh, we have headlights in our lane. That's not right. What happened there? We don't know. Oh, that's why. That's why. So we can rescue not just somebody after a motorcycle crash, but we can rescue somebody that's possibly injured in a car crash. So we not only had a close call and navigated around it in an escape path, so good job. Now we have an opportunity to be a service to our community because we have knowledge from the Smart Rider Motorcycle Training System to actually assist anybody. Remain calm, ensure your own safety, and if there's any major bleeds, stop them. Make sure 911 is called, or just take off. Okay. All right, having fun in California. Ooh, they had to use all the lanes to make that turn like an idiot. All right, here we go. Having fun on our e-bikes. I don't know. It's one thing to be on an e-bike in the lane, okay, but you notice how he's going with the flow of traffic? So the car driver's an ass. It's like, dude, you're going with the flow of traffic. It doesn't bother me. It's just another motorcycle that doesn't have a license plate and is not registered and all that stuff. That's for the cops to deal with. For me, it's like you're going speed. Now, the fact you're doing wheelies, I mean, I'm going to scoot back a little bit just in case you dump it and I don't run you over. It's like I'm getting ready. I have a trauma kit in my van. It's like if you crash, I'm going to rescue you. Let me pull my phone out real quick.
Hey! You got a problem? Go yourself. Go yourself. Go yourself. Go.
Just move on.
So, really? Really?
Get off the road.
Really?
Right.
So,
Right.
that gives you a camera by
the camera. Boom, boom.
I'm not hitting you.
What did you just do? You tried to.
Just you try to hit me, man. Ooh. 3-point turn. He has to do a 3-point turn. Oh, nice. Good little job making a little parking spot. Not a big deal. It is what it is. You're downtown. People do that. Just chill. You're on a bike. Slow speed maneuvers. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. Slow speed maneuvers. Have some fun. Practice smart rider drills. I like all the... I don't know what's going on, but I like all the graphics on there. The inclination. I have a 6 degrees of inclination to talk to this Prius. All right, here we go. Going a little fast. We're going to low side or go wide. Why are we... Whoa. At that point, you need to realize what you're doing wrong. We're going way too fast for our skill level. It might not be too fast for other people, but it's too fast for you. Gravy. Okay, so we're... Oh, open lane pattern. Found the escape. So that's a great example. Let's go and hide that. So open lane pattern. We're going to get in the far right lane. Not a big deal. We switched quickly, right? That person's supposed to pay attention. They're supposed to not do that. They're supposed to check their mirrors. Blah, 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 blah. Supposed to. Whatever. They don't want to be in that big, long line. They want to go in the shorter one. Both lanes are going right, but I want to be in the shorter one. Just like you're going to check out at the grocery store. It's like, I'll just go to the shorter one. I'm not going to cut somebody off you know, grocery store, but we're going slow speed. We're going walking speed with groceries. Basically just ground beef and rice. Taco seasoning too. But yeah, so we're coming up to an intersection. Once again, it's a hazardous area. Got to watch out for that. And on top of it, there's an open lane pattern. I'm just going to cruise gently, covering the brakes, just in case. I can't stop in time at this point. So I am covering the brakes, but I have to do one of the three things, right? Swerve, brake, accelerate. I'm not going to have enough total stopping distance. I'm going to try, but I'm also going to shoot for the tiniest and tiniest. This little area. My tires can make that. Guys, I like to play around when I'm riding every now and then. And I like to like see if I can, like when there's no traffic, right? I'm gonna see if I can just make sure I stay on the line while I'm riding. It makes you realize that you can do that. I'll swerve onto the line to see if I can make it. It's a fun little practice. So if I'm over here and I have to swerve onto the line, I could do it. So you could do that. But it's a good opportunity right here is the nice little swerve. I'd move over. I would shoot for just the tiniest little spot. I would shoot for that and get back in. Simple. Simple. Good job, though. Good job with the swerve. It's all you needed to do, but I'm just telling you, you can do more if you practice. Get your skill level a little bit higher. But with that said, I hope you guys ride safe, be safe. Check out the store for those free drills or get the full system so you know how to handle pretty much any situation out on the road. With that said, I hope you guys, like I said, ride safe, be safe, and I'll see you on the next live stream. All right. We got one more, guys. 3.5 hours. Oh, my Lanta. I got to take the dogs out, and I have not had food today, and it is 2:26. 2:26. And we have somebody else just getting the demo drills. I appreciate that. Thank you, Arlene. Got the demo drills. Getting some tacos. We got one more video. This is an older video. So I'm not going to pause. I'm just going to have to talk super fast. Okay? I'm going to have to talk super fast. I might pause it once. I'll try not to. But before you guys take off after that, go to motorcycletrainingconcepts.com. Go to motorcycletrainingconcepts.com right now, before we leave, before we watch this video. Go to motorcycletrainingconcepts.com. Here's the full system I'm talking about, but go to training resources at the top. Click it. There's your free U-turn drills. Have some fun. Practice in a parking lot. Have some fun with those drills. Okay? You just click that link right here. Get your free U-turn drills. Motorcycletrainingconcepts.com. Training resources. Up here on the top. Get your free drills. Okay? Go do that right now. Go do that right now. I like when you pause, Dan. I can watch crashes on my own, but you provide education on time. I know. I've noticed. Thank you. I appreciate that. Those are kind words. Some people, when I don't pause, they're like, I really like that you don't pause. So I try to give both. We just did 4 videos where I paused. God, look at that bicep. It's getting big again. Damn, girl. Shit. Oh, my arm disappeared. So I might pause. I might. All right, here we go. Let's do this. 3, 2, 1. All right, everybody, we have a MotoStars video. We're going to be going over some crashes and close calls, and we're going to try not to make the same mistakes as these riders. So make sure you pay attention if you're a brand new rider, or you're returning, or you've been riding for a while and you just don't even know what's going on. Oh, headlights in our... Okay, so that's pretty scary. He started to do something. I'm going to pause real quick so I don't have to pause the rest. So we're going to use the plan method, position for, and locate and assess and navigate. He saw that there's something there. He's going to do one of 3 things, either swerve, accelerate, or brake. He started to do something, recognized the car was moving off, so we didn't really have to do anything. So thankfully the car did. But we're going to be using all the information from the books that I have on the store. So we have the Riding Smart book, 0 to getting your license, So you can practice your motorcycle operator skills test. We have the rescue booklet. We might have to use the rescue booklet in this video. It comes with a rescue card. And then we have the Smart Rider motorcycle training drills, parking lot drills, 24 drills, set up the cones, and you no longer have to move the cones. You have 24 drills to do it. Comes with a digital edition. Links in description for everything. And there's a link in the store, motorcycletrainingconcepts.com, for 5 free drills. All right, I don't have to say that anymore. Here we go. Let's go and jump into this. That was my one pause. So we're going to make a sharp left turn, go a little bit wide. We want to position ourselves in the middle on these turns, just in case somebody does that. I don't like the outside, inside, because if we're on the inside at that point, problem. Okay, so we're going to locate side of the vehicle, slow it down, swerve left, go right, because our total stopping distance wasn't good enough. So we applied the brakes to give ourselves some time to think, and then we swerved around it. So that side of the vehicle is a good pattern to indicate we might have to do something. Corners, dangerous areas. So locating hazardous situations. Corners are typically hazardous situations for motorcycle riders, so we failed to negotiate. So we should slow down before the corner and then add speed if we need to, instead of adding a ton of speed and trying to slow down. This is what it looks like when you add speed and try to slow down, okay? Take it nice and easy. We go over that in the first book because you're riding around in the neighborhood practicing your speed, max 25 miles an hour because of typical neighborhoods, okay? So hopefully we don't have to rescue somebody after a crash. There's the card you get. Free shipping, by the way, for the print books and the ones with the cones, okay? Oh, we got a road surface hazard. Don't panic, don't panic, don't panic. Don't panic. Okay, it's stuck. Get on the shoulder and then take it off. Because now we're removing our hands from the controls to manage this situation, and we're not focused on the road. All right, going around a corner. Probably looks like an on-ramp. Oh. Side of the pedestrian. Oh, high impact. We can also rescue somebody like that. They shouldn't have done that. We had a green light. But if I saw ahead of time, I would have slowed down and let them. It is what it is, though. Oh, we're going to have a gravel issue.
How deep is it?
Oh, and a water issue.
Not deep at all, look. Look, come on, look.
You want to give it some speed, though, before entering. Okay, that's why. So that little spillover, there's going to be some moss, there's going to be some traction issues. So while you had room there, I would have increased the speed and then coasted across as best I can instead of trying to pitter-patter around it. Now, if you're concerned, hey, is it deep? Park, walk across it, walk back, and then go. Okay? All right, we're coming up to an intersection. There's brake lights. We're going to switch lanes. It was an open lane pattern for us. We did it. Ooh, big bus. Applying the brakes. Good job with progressive brake pressure. We practiced that in the parking lot. We practiced that in the neighborhood with the Riding Smart book. Okay, it's upside down. Okay, we're going pretty fast. Oh, headlights. Find the escape. Waited a little too late, but we managed it. It didn't look pretty, but it worked. So that's all that matters. Oh, no. Looking back, road surface. You see the road surface? Go ahead and rewind it. Oh, we can do it right here. Look at the road surface. Don't look back when the road surface is terrible. If there's patchwork, focus. Okay, now we're going to rescue. Okay, remain calm. Ensure your own safety so we don't get hit by traffic. And if he's bleeding out, this is why you have a trauma kit. You have a tourniquet. You can pack the wound. You can apply direct pressure. Very important, and that's part of this book. Okay, I show you what's in a trauma kit at the very last page. Make sure you get yourself a trauma kit. I keep one in my van, and I take it with me anytime I'm basically in a vehicle. All right, here we go. And I have some tourniquets at home, just in case somebody gets cut, cooking and whatnot. All right, sharp corner. Yeah. If you're able to say, whoa, that means there's an action that needs to be taking place. And so typically people are going too fast in the corners. So when they say, whoa, that's when we should be applying trail braking. Now, let's say, whoa, before the corner, apply some brakes or slow down, and then be like, ha, going through the corner. Okay? So see it ahead of time, do the whoas beforehand. Okay? So just too fast. If we were talking to our buddy on the cardo and trying to keep up with him, yeah, you're 1 centimeter from the tire, but you're 0 centimeters from the ground. I mean, he's got full gear at least. Smart riders, we acquire and use personal protective equipment. But you can talk to your buddy and be like, hey, I can't keep up. This is what you communicate with your friends. Hopefully they're nice. They'll make fun of you, but it is what it is. full gear. Hopefully no major injuries. Bike is probably messed up pretty bad. Isle of Man beginner. Yeah. Oh, right leg, right hip. Let's go and just sit down. Sit down for a little bit. Let's double check. Let's go and unzip you a little bit to see if there might be any bleeding. I don't think there would be, but that impact could break a leg or a hip, or just really mess up your knee bad. So this is why we rescue. So once again, you remain calm. If you're the other guy, remain calm, and you need to ensure on safety so you don't get hit. But call 911 or tell someone to call 911 if it's that painful. Because you're obviously not going to ride out. Your bike is kind of done. And then if you have major injuries, surgery is the only thing that's going to help you. All right, here we go. All over the place. Need every single lane just to make a regular turn. All right. What about cars? Are they going to come around the corner? I don't know. Oh, nope. Just somebody's going to do a U-turn. What the? Amazing U-turn, by the way. Nice little sharp right-handed U-turn. Probably practice the Smart Rider drills. I don't know why he had to do that to look at that chick. That was really dumb. Guy's an idiot. Big idiot. The thing is, if you're an idiot, it's fine if you're an idiot by yourself, but when you're an idiot and it causes somebody else to get hurt, you're a problem. Two bikers practice synchronized slow speed falls. You can practice your right-handed U-turns, your left-handed U-turns, your figure eights, just all this crazy slow speed maneuvers. Get it on your phone, a bunch of different drills. Practice your drills. You're not going to have these mistakes if you know how to maneuver your bike at slow speed. Come on, everybody. You get 5 free drills on the website. Have fun. Practice. Practice the U-turn proficiency, which is the 5 free drills. There's videos on it too. There's QR codes that you can click on the digital version. It'll take you to the video that I do, and I show you how to do all 5. Moving on, 100 kilometers an hour. That is 60 miles an hour. It's about highway speeds. That's what we're doing.
He reported the issue started since the bike was brand new, and it had to be said that it looks rather worrying.
Oh, yeah.
Sir.
If it's doing that, keep your hands on it and then possibly go home.
Yeah. Oh, skjønner du?
Yeah, so what do you guys think? This is a 2-year-old video, so an African twin from 2 years ago, if it's brand new. What do you think could be causing that? Maybe wheel balance, right? Maybe suspension issue? What do you guys think?
Se her. Hva faen?
It should not be doing that. So we're just going to go ahead and watch this for another 20 minutes. Here we go. We're going to do it again. It's concerning. And it seems like it only starts doing that around 70 kilometers and above. So that's not good. All right, intersections, locating hazardous situation. It's green, sure, but you should probably just creep out. So those were relevant threats.
Ready to go to work. And then you have a stop sign.
Same thing.
Yo!
Oh. So he saw that they had a stop sign, did not stop. And so we did what we needed to do. We waited. This right here I wouldn't do just because you're focused on other things other than riding. So a nice little corner, having some fun. Hopefully nothing around this corner that's going to be random. There it is. Oh, found the escape, found a new position for safety. Navigated into a new position for safety. So good job with the swerve. 2 great wheels. Here we go. What do we got? Oh. Where are we? All right. Open lane pattern. Is the red car going to come out? If you don't know what I'm talking about, I discuss that in Riding Smart and on this channel all the time. That's a pattern that indicates somebody's going to merge in front of you. If you know what I'm talking about, make sure you hit the subscribe button. We talk about it all the time. Or just watch any of the other videos. But we're powering through this one. That's the side of the vehicle pattern. If you don't know what we're talking about, make sure you hit subscribe. because those are two patterns that we do when we're locating hazards. It's another open lane pattern. Those are patterns that we look for when we are riding, so we don't make the same mistakes. Thank you so much, MotoStars, for waiting to the end, because we are going to have some pizza now. That's the last video of this 4-hour live stream that we do every week. With that said, hope you guys ride safe, be safe. Check out the links in the description for those free drills and for the full system if you want to get the full system so you learn how to ride smart. All right, guys, I'll see you guys later. I just realized my voice is going out right now. I feel it. I feel it. That was a good video. That was one to definitely pause and stop every now and then, but it's okay. It's okay. But what I'm going to be doing is going bye-bye. I got to get going. I got to get going, guys. I'm going to be editing these videos. I'm going to be taking a nice little break to eat something. I got the dogs out. So you guys can, that'll answer your question of who let them out. It's me. And I'm going to go ahead and get back to work. So I'm working on the new book. The Academy is May 1st for the Smart Rider crew. It's going to be open to the Discord. So join the Discord. That's free. Get the 5 free digital drills. It's linked at the top of the chat right now. I don't know what to tell you guys. I'm trying to give you guys as much information for free and to join a community of people that want to help each other out for free. That's the Discord. And why do we keep seeing these crashes and close calls? I don't think you guys are the ones doing it, but I don't know what to tell you. Like I'm trying to save I'm trying to save your guys' lives. How do I join the Discord? So I'll go ahead and post that. It's in the description. I'll go ahead and post that. It's in the description. So here you go. Boom. There it is. Click that link right there in the chat. Get the 5 free drills in the chat. It's pinned at the top, or it's pinned at least. And stay tuned for these videos to be edited together and put out for you guys later if you missed the live stream. All right, guys. I'll see you later. Bye.